That sucked so bad.
Yeah, it did. So, just to give some quick rundowns, play you played, David, you've played
A while
previously.
back, but yes.
Yeah. But this game essentially works like a conversation. I set things up, and then you guys will, discuss amongst yourself what to do, what the next best action is. If there's anything that requires a roll based off of the hunter reference guide, then you can, or then I'll call for that roll, and you can roll, and we'll see how things turn out. Things like acting under pressure, investigating mysteries, kicking some ass, stuff like that. There's also protecting people and helping people out is other actions that can be done. One thing to keep in mind as well is that Monster of the Week combat system is not initiative based. It's kind of I'll set up a danger and then you guys react to it and say what you're going to do in response to the danger. If you do something that totally ignores the danger, you might take some damage. So be wary. Um, One other thing to note is that you guys will each have one luck available to use for this one shot. Basically means that you can turn any roll into an instant success. Even after you've rolled it, you can choose to insta succeed on the roll. You just say that you use a luck point. On your character sheet as well, it should say near that luck area, there's a special ability that each hunter gets if they use a luck.
Hmm.
This is something I forgot about when we were playing Plet. So the professional, I forget what he does, but
When you spend luck, your next mission with the agency comes with lots of red tape.
okay. So yours is bad.
Yes, I didn't use my luck, probably because of that reason. So,
Yes. Um, but everyone's got different features that are associated with their luck. That so if they use it, technically it can affect things a little bit. Just something to keep in mind. So let me grab
oh,
this.
dice. Let me grab my dice.
Good idea. Good idea.
I only have one D6 on hand, so I'm using
You
Roller
only have
Online.
one d6. Don't you have a block of like 36
I
d6?
don't know where those are at the moment. I think they're at
I'm
my
just using
garage.
Google Dice.
Google Dice technically works too. Let's see. Getting one thing open over here. Okay.
Roll a 5. Do I win?
It's
Are
definitely
we
not a good
rolling?
roll. No, you're not rolling. Okay.
I got an 8.
I rolled a
I
3.
got I got doubles. Does that count for anything extra?
It depends on what the doubles are. If it's double
It
sixes, then it's a 12. That's good.
it was
Um,
double fours. What do I get?
a success, a mixed success, technically. Um, so I'll just go over the general idea of Monster of the Week, uh, and then go over the premise, and then we'll get going. So, in this world, you're a group of hunters people who have made it their duty to rid the world of supernatural that prey on unknowing populace. Hunters do this for many reasons, from close encounters to family business, all the way up to government hunters. There are many other groups of hunters just like you, all doing this. Rules of being a hunter: whenever possible, avoid informing people of the existence of supernatural creatures. Chaos would ensue if knowledge of these creatures got out into the masses. Next, make sure you finish the job. Eliminate whatever creatures are plaguing a town from the shadows and make sure they don't come crawling back to or escape. Lastly, expect the unexpected. Creatures come in all shapes and sizes and colors, so be on your toes. The true power of a group of hunters comes from working as a team. You all have what it takes to take down whatever threat you face. And then
We're a
I'll let you guys do a brief introduction of your characters so everyone knows what they're working with. So I'll start with Plet. Why don't you start out?
Okay. Uh, my name is Yuri Kiseliu. I am exterminator. I work in I have a van. I have gun. I kill things for money.
Perfect. All right, so we got Yuri. Sam, why don't you go?
I am Jerry the Searcher. I saw a ghost, and that inspired me to quit my job and become a full-time searcher to understand the supernatural. I
Perfect.
am not good at it. I just bought all this shit, and I'm ready to go ghost hunting or whatever. And
Like a
incredibly naive.
okay. David.
I'm Seville the Wronged. I watch my parents and family and children get ripped apart by an undead horde. I'm gonna kill them all. That's it.
So you're just
I don't think
mad
I
at the
fit
world.
into this group.
Kevin, what do you got?
My excuse me. I'm Eli Elric. Um, I'm a monstrous werewolf. Um, I had yeah, I don't fucking know how to go about this. I had in the past been dabbling with magical shit, but then I was turned into a werewolf, and I don't remember the incident. Uh, and it like fucked with my magic in weird werewolfy ways, I guess.
Your magic is
Now I
twisted.
yeah, now I do adventuring while I hunt for the person.
Perfect. So
Woof woof.
we got a lot of vengeance, and then Sam. Well, I guess Plet and Sam, Jerry and Yuri are cool. They're just around. We got two vengeance boys.
First day on the job. Eh,
Yep.
Yes, Yuri definitely has a bit of experience being a professional here.
this
Um,
enthusiasm will die someday. Do not worry.
Okay. So, once again, the premise. While wrapping up a chupacabra outbreak in New Mexico, your group of hunters hears of a strange meteorite crash site not far from where you are. It fell only a few days ago. Headline in the newspaper: Strange meteor lands near New Mexico town. Mysterious substance baffles locals. Could be worth checking out. So the group heads out. So, set you up a little bit here, you guys are currently in New Mexico. You're in a very arid part, very desertous. It's a nice sunny day, kind of warm. It's summer, so quite warm actually. And you roll up on your way to this meteorite crash site. You've heard that the government has kind of shut down the surrounding area, but you guys have gotten around that kind of stuff. So you're coming up on a small town of Nimoy, New Mexico, and you find a small local diner to grab some food before moving forward. You find this diner. It's called the Serling Diner, and you pull up. It's kind of a classic, like retro diner. The town of Nimoy is probably like 1,000 people, so it's kind of like a little podunk of a town. Um, but you go inside and get seated, and waitress comes up to the table. She's like, "Hey, what can I get for you guys?"
Breakfast, please.
Coffee, black.
Anything for you two?
I would like
I'll also have breakfast.
one egg
Pancakes.
cooked
Pancake?
in one of each way that you could think of. Thanks.
Interesting group you got. All right, so I'll get that ordered for you guys, and I'll be back with that in a little bit. And she walks off into the diner, sets up the order. You can see her talking with some locals sitting at the like the bar seating area of this little diner area. And yeah, it's a pretty standard experience. As you guys are sitting there, you see kind of people walking by, cars driving by. This seems like a drive-through kind of town. And let's see. Breakfast is delivered, and she comes up to you and she's like, "So what brings you guys to town?"
This
Who's
diner.
gonna be the leader?
You know,
What's going on with that meteorite?
Oh, you guys are in town for the look checking out the meteor? Because I know that kind of shut down over there, as far as I know. The government's got like a perimeter or something over there. Kind of crazy though. There's like weird yellow substance was coming out of it. I'm not sure what's all going on with it now, but yeah, I don't know how they got the news story out either, because government shut shit down and stuff like that. So. But no, I mean, it's crazy that it landed so close. I'm sure over time it'll become a cool attraction. Maybe more people come to Nimoy.
Government is very stupid, yes. What is substance, you say?
I just read it in the paper. Some yellow substance or something.
It's
It's
like
weird.
rocks, it's like goo, it's like
Use mustard.
I
Yes.
mean, the paper described it well. Baffles Town is correct. I don't really know a lot about the stuff, but I know it's probably worse tasting than the eggs probably that I serve you guys. So I wouldn't go around eating it.
I hope so.
Who found it?
Well, there was a big boom like a week ago, and by the time that any of the locals got there, the government had already brought in some people. So I assume they hadn't locked it down entirely. It's probably how the story got out. Um,
Perhaps
but
it is government who fall from sky, full of yellow stuff that's smashed everywhere. You think it is maybe Black Hawk big plane, or maybe it is
you think it was a plane?
did you see it?
Well, I mean, I heard the boom.
Could be plane.
Uh, let's see. So, you guys, she steps off because she has another customer she's got to handle. But yeah, you guys are in the diner and you guys finish up your food. It's a pretty standard meal. You pay for it and whatnot. And um, as you guys are kind of like collecting your stuff to head out, you notice something very strange. Um, you see the sky turn a greenish yellow, kind of encompassing the whole width of the sky. It's like a thick fog that rolls over top the entire town
Fast does that happen?
very quickly, like within a minute.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Are we outside or are we
You're
inside?
you're
this
inside,
happens?
and everyone in the restaurant kind of stands up and looks to the window like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And you see people start kind of freaking out and start kind of running outside. Um,
Yes, it is government chemtrails. Yes, run, take cover quickly.
so yeah,
Ready
what do
to
you
Light
go
up a
outside?
cigarette.
what are you guys doing?
Yuri is trying to locate his van. Where did we
Okay.
park?
Well, thankfully the parking lot is not very big, so you're able to find your van. Also, I believe uh, David's character has a
I
classic
got a
car.
pickup.
Oh, you have a pickup, and Sam has a motorcycle.
It's red.
Jerry has a motorcycle.
So was this fog all around, like every direction,
Every direction.
and it seemed to appear in all directions at the same time?
Yes. It's a green yellowish fog that kind of blankets the sky. I wouldn't say it's affecting your visibility at the moment. It's not like down on the ground, but everything kind of got a green yellowish tinge that kind of took over
That was
this
overhead.
area. Overhead, yes.
Okay.
Crawl out through the fallout, baby. Am I right?
Yeah, Yuri's going for his van.
Okay.
Could
You're
I?
on separate vehicles.
There's three vehicles.
I have a van, and I think David's guy has a car.
He's got pickup.
Red truck.
Red truck. I don't know who else has anything.
Jerry has a motorcycle.
Okay.
Eli, you don't have a vehicle?
Um, No, I forgot to write one in.
He
David,
walked.
can I sit in the back of your truck?
Yeah.
Mind the weapons.
It's
uh,
less than the gas bill, though.
uh,
I
Do we know where the police have actually barricaded things off?
so the meteorite said to strike a few miles south of the town, so it's about maybe a mile or two in the southward out of the southward highway.
Okay.
shit, we could just walk there, save on gas.
Yuri is not walking in open air. Not with chemtrails flowing over town. It's not safe.
And
Cigarette?
let's see. And you do get to your van. Is there something you wanted to do in your van at all?
Yeah, I wanted to check my medical kit. Could I conceivably have a gas mask in there? Or some sort of respiration cover
Yeah, you
of
you
any
probably
kind?
have something like that. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool. I'm gonna put that on. And
Okay.
I'm gonna go dig through my milk crate full of hat disguises. And I'm gonna start looking for a hat that would fit.
Like
I'll settle on like a Roswell, like Free the Aliens cap with like a big green alien
okay.
face on it, and
So
just kind of
no.
put that overhead with the gas mask on,
Okay.
and then I'll
So
turn back to the party and just give him a
yeah.
thumbs up. Yuri is ready to go.
Okay.
Are
Um.
we just
What?
driving to the crash site then?
That's up
That's
to
my
you
plan.
guys.
I thought we were. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay,
So
all
I'll
right.
follow.
You guys get in your vehicles, and let's see. As you guys are getting into your vehicles, you start to hear this loud thumping. Kind of, it's you can feel it in the ground. Something very heavy is, foot falling somewhere nearby, and it does seem to be coming in the direction of the road you do need to take.
Like, would this sound like a giant thing we've heard walking on one of these hunts in the past?
Sounds like Tremors to me.
If we had fought perhaps, a minotaur or something similar,
This sounds
bigger.
like it's it sounds large, but it doesn't sound like footsteps. Footsteps have like a rhythm, like do 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 do. This is like
Okay.
a thoo, boom, thoo, boom. So it's like got some uh it's a longer pattern than a footstep.
It just reminded me of the jumping clouds from that one Monty Python and the Holy Grail interlude.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um
Yuri doesn't love that. Um, can
And
we
it,
see anything making the sound?
from the direction, you see uh there were some town members that were in that direction. They looked to be near like a hardware store or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they are running away, and from the fog, as it kind of rolls in, um, you see a tongue just, and it grabs a civilian, and then it sucks him into the mist.
that's not good.
Okay, when I thought this was a Tremor situation, I'm now thinking it's like a Mist situation.
Yeah.
This
I've
is
Um,
got
this is like the thing from, what is it? Nope. Do you see that?
I've never seen
yeah,
Nope.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting Nope vibes.
I've
Uh,
got a bag of cameras. Do I have like a thermal camera I can use to see if that cuts through the smoke at all?
Why do you have a bag of cameras?
that's the
I
searcher is all about it.
Yeah, I've had my midlife crisis. I dumped all my savings in tech shit.
Yeah, I could say you have a thermal camera. That seems fitting. Um, so you take out your thermal camera, and when you point it in that direction, you see all the people running and stuff like that. And then behind them, you see a large, kind of like a big uh, lump it looks like it has 4 legs, and it has these weird tentacles coming out of its face.
Was this like a mini Cthulhu?
How
Who
big is it?
knows? It looks to be about 2 times the size of your van, like side by side, not long.
Yuri was reaching for shotgun. Now he is thinking perhaps we need bigger gun.
Um,
I'm
so
gonna
yeah,
take a draw on my cigarette, and I want to aim down with my hunting rifle
okay.
from outside my pickup.
So are you just you're taking aim kind of into the general area in the mist where it kind of pulled it
Yeah.
into? Okay.
Yep.
I'll say that you can roll to act under pressure because there are people at risk. So you roll 2d6, and then depending on how things go, it could have.
I have a cool 1, so I add a 1 to that.
Yep.
That is 8 in total. 6 plus 1 plus 1, so 8.
Okay. Let me make sure I got this right here. I'm gonna pull one thing up.
I hit a civilian. Ah, shit.
No one saw.
Wherever that
Okay.
came from.
So on a 8, I get to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So you fire on this creature, but just know that if you do take the shot, you are going to pull it in your direction.
Yep.
All right. So you shoot your gun. It hits. It's 3 harm, correct, with your hunting rifle?
2.
2 harm? Okay.
Yep.
So you hit it, and you hear a loud croak, and it starts hopping in your guys' direction.
It's a fucking frog?
As
What
it
the
comes in
fuck
your
is this shit?
direction,
They need to come to be killed.
and you can see it a little bit better outside of thermal, you see that it doesn't have any eyes. It is just tentacles on a face with a large mouth.
Getting back to the Tremors situation then.
Oh no, he's hot.
And it is hopping in your guys' direction.
I would like to take a shot with my sniper rifle as I jump into the back of David's truck.
Okay. What about the others?
I have a
Make sure
heavy
everyone's-
flashlight as my only self-defense weapon, so
I'll throw you a shotgun.
There is no
Is it-
David,
can we
only
do that?
Seville.
Yeah, you could do that. You could share weapons.
What was his name?
Seville.
Seville. All right.
So, let's see here. So, Yuri and Jerry are gonna take shots at it. And what is Elric doing?
I'm trying to find where's the list for magic shit.
Magic is on the second page of the Hunter reference sheet. But while you're looking at that, I will say, since this thing is getting close, it's probably going to be a kick some ass roll. We'll go for Yuri first.
Okay. I lost my page. All right. Sniper rifle shot. Let's go. Okay. That's a 10.
10. So that means that you get to gain the advantage, take a 1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. Forward means that they get the next hunter gets a +1 to whatever they're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
You can inflict terrible harm, so increase the amount of damage you deal. You can suffer less harm because when you kick some ass, you have a chance of taking damage as well. So suffer less, or you can force them where you want them. I would say that is impossible against this thing.
Okay. I'm going to inflict additional harm.
Okay. So, and how much does your sniper do?
4.
Okay. So you deal 5 then?
Yep.
Okay. So it takes the bullet and it gets really pissed, and you are going to get struck by its tongue. And
Yep.
you take 3 harm,
Ow.
and I need you to
Mitigated by body armor, right?
mitigate it by body armor, yes.
Okay.
So you take one less. And let's see, let me make sure. You have to roll plus tough to try to break out of the tongue's grapple.
Do I do that now or later?
Yes, roll plus tough.
Okay. That is a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay, so you break out of, you are able to break free, but you are directly next to the frog.
Ugh.
And it is now, we'll go to Jerry. Jerry, you're going to unload a shotgun on him as well?
Yep. So
Okay.
having not done combat, I do the roll, then I add my toughness, or in this case, subtract it.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay, that's still
That's
a
still good.
success.
That's still
Okay.
good.
So, the frog will take the damage. Let's see here. And you see it get freaked out. And with this damage, it is not going to fight back. And it is going to start hopping away from you guys.
Can I shoot it again?
Uh, just so I can include everybody, Elijah, Elric, what is there anything you want to be doing?
Um, I so he's hopping away. Can I like magically taunt him back?
Like some sort of like magical taunt.
Yo,
Yeah.
dork.
Some kind of pheromone I could spit.
You want to smell good?
You want us to do
Don't
You
some
turn
want
kind of
to
him on
woo
for the
the
love of.
Uh, you could communicate with something that you do not share a language with.
No.
Okay.
Just,
Then
I mean, I'm keen to let it hop away.
okay, so you don't care if it's running away.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
No skin up. Fuck it.
so Elijah stands by as he watches his friends unload into this thing, kind of staying off in the shadows.
Gross.
And Yuri, Jerry, and
Seville.
Seville, you want to try to unload on this thing again?
Yes.
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have you all act under pressure.
Act under pressure.
Also, do you have a close range weapon?
Yes.
I was more talking to
Yes.
Yuri because he has a
Yeah.
sniper, and he's
I
literally right next to him.
well, you said it was hopping away.
True. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, so I'll have you all roll act under pressure right now.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
How many
That's
dice is that? 2d6?
That's an 8.
2d6.
That's a 5.
I got a 6, but wait, I can use my just another day roll to add weird instead of cool. So not
Ooh.
7.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay. And Seville, what did you
8.
get? 8? Okay. So I will say that um, shooting uh, for Yuri, you grab your sniper rifle, and it is still pretty close range. So when you take your shot, you end up doming someone. That is not you straight up dome a civilian. You do not hit the frog,
Ooh.
and you have severely injured somebody to the point of pretty much death. And we'll say that with this blind firing that you guys are doing at this thing that's hopping away, you hear a loud that croak once more kind of permeate around the town. And as it's falling down from its hop, it kind of slams into a building and kind of demolishes part of the building as it falls down. And it kind of just rolls over dead.
Hooray.
We did it. We saved the town.
But you see that the fog is still permeating above you.
Damn.
And you see that there's a bunch of civilians coming in your direction and checking out the guy that just got domed by the Russian.
Can we cut the frog open?
Yeah,
Because
I
that
mean,
one guy got like sucked up, and frogs don't
Dissect
chew, so
the
that guy might be
frog.
still okay.
Yuri's
Yeah.
gonna make himself scarce.
so
The frog did
Yuri,
it.
you're gonna duck behind a building. Uh,
Oh, I'm getting in my car. I'm gonna like drive around the block, like to another part of town, and park it somewhere. Change my clothes. Like Yuri's gonna make an effort not to be identifiable
okay.
for the
Let's
remainder of this scene. I think.
We'll be the second person in town with a thick Russian accent that showed up the same day.
What happened? I was meeting my brother for a fun alien adventure.
So, Seville and Elijah, what do you want to do as these people are coming in the direction to check out this creature as well as kind of
I'm
figure
down
out?
to offer a sword to cut that shit open.
Okay. So, Jerry, uh, Elijah, you guys can go and check out the frog and kind of cut him open if you want.
I'm gonna do that. Let me
Okay.
see if I can
Nothing to
say
see
what I got
here, folks. Just a giant
taken.
frog.
I'll say that uh, Jerry, you can roll to investigate a mystery, and um, I'll say that Elijah can roll to help out. So help out can help you with your roll. So I'll have Elijah roll plus cool, and Jerry roll plus sharp.
Cool am I? Oh, dude, plus
I
one.
got a 7.
Okay.
I also got a 7.
Okay. So with a 8,
Cool.
you get to ask one of the questions under the investigate a mystery uh, section of the reference guide there.
I have an oddly targeted question that isn't directly in this list.
Go on.
Like, is that guy who got sucked up by the tongue in the frog for us to cut him out?
Oh, okay. You do cut him out, and you see that he is alive, but he is gravely injured.
I reached in my fanny pack and pulled some hand sanitizer. Try to clean him up.
He's more kind of screaming in pain and freaked out. But you still get to ask one of the other questions if you want.
Surprisingly, that didn't make it better.
What can hurt it?
Well, it seems like normal ammunition does work well on it.
I, can that be a joke? Like, can I ask
Yes.
what kind of creature is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So cutting it open, you have done a little bit of research. You're a smart guy. You kind of know uh, cryptid biology in a way. Um, and you've never seen anything like this. You know what organs exist in like general creatures. You don't recognize anything in here. This is all different. So this is definitely not something from this planet.
Why do you know so many things about organs, guy?
Me? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. How big was this meteorite?
You don't know.
All right.
Um, but you see the townsfolk kind of gather around when you're cutting this thing open. Also, you notice that it has this yellowish slime that comes out of it as well. Uh, when you cut it open, it's not blood. It's like a slime. And these townsfolk come up and they're like, did you guys kill this thing?"
I raised my bloody sword.
Sure fucking did.
It was me. It was me, Nimoy. It was me the whole time.
It was
Well,
me, Leonard.
this is crazy. Do you guys have any idea what's going on? the rest of the townsfolk here are baffled. We were gathering at the general store, the hardware store to get some armaments.
Nope, we're just a bunch of gun nuts.
Also,
Happened
who's
to be
that?
at the right place at the right
Nope,
time.
none of us have guns, just swords.
I got
Also-
a gun.
What happened to that? What happened to Gerald over there? He points over
Frog
at
must have got him.
the headshot.
He was like that when we got here, probably. What did you do to him?
You guys are new in town, aren't you?
Yep.
It's very odd that you guys would show up, and this suddenly happens.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah,
know
we heard
anything
about the meteor.
Do you think this has a connection with the meteor?
No.
Not unless
This
this
looks like what happens
a
when
lot.
you throw down a frog down the toilet.
You
10 years later, the frog comes back.
throw frogs down toilets.
You know, like the gators in the sewers thing. Come on.
Is Jacob's camera frozen for anyone else?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Can you hear me?
He's frozen in the.
Oh,
He
right.
he was a robot all along.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
First answer this captcha.
So, he puts out his hand to Jared, and he's like, "My name's Roy, by the way. Pleasure to meet you guys. I wish it was in better circumstances, but if you guys need any armaments, like I said, we're grabbing some stuff at the hardware store."
I shake his hand and then I use the hand sanitizer to clean my hands.
Strange one.
Dumb idea.
Well,
Do we need anything at the hardware store?
No, fuck it.
it's up to you.
Unless they have like a Mr. Smith's kind of situation, then maybe.
We just ate.
Make some
Nah.
sandwiches on the go.
Yeah, there you go.
So these guys mentioned the meteorite. Do they know more about the meteorite?
Hey guy,
I
you
asked
know more about the
Roy.
meteorite?
You ask Roy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just run the hardware store. I don't know too much about it. I think Nichelle, owner and the manager of the diner over there, she thinks it's came from a demon or something. But with that frog creature, I don't 100% think that's the case. I can't imagine a demon being a frog. That'd be a little weird.
Like I said, frog got thrown down the sewer. Was a pet. Now he's all grown up.
I say we go meet Nichelle and
Do you
ask her
know-
what kind of drugs she's using.
Do you know anyone who's thrown down frogs down their toilet in the last 10 years?
Well,
How vague.
What's the status of every frog?
I will say that we don't have a large frog population in the middle of the desert.
Oh.
It does make sense.
Also, Yuri, standing behind the building, are you doing anything? Like,
No, Yuri would have taken his van, gone and found somewhere isolated to park, and is just in the process of doing a full leg sweep. We're gonna swap the stickers out on the side of the vehicle. We're gonna change the barrel on the hunting rifle. I'm gonna change my shirt, change
Okay.
my hat.
different hat. Gonna go to the MAGA hat like last time.
Is it that kind of town? Does that feel like that would blend in here?
It's a rural town.
Small town.
Yeah, fuck it. I think that's probably the safest bet then. I'll put on the red hat and then I'll probably pull up towards the end of this conversation and be like, "Oh, wowee, look at that. That is crazy down there. What is that thing?
Is this guy with you guys?
I am Boris. Hello." I'll lean out the window and shake this guy's hand.
He kind of shakes. He gives you a weak handshake. It's like, all right. Yeah, I mean, feel free to. I mean, the town's open to you guys. You can walk around, but I would say, if you hear another one of those things coming, we hope your guys are close by. If you hear gunshots, that's us dealing with whatever. If there's
Is
one, there might be
anything-
more.
Is there
Big
anything we
damn
can
frog
use?
down there.
Is there anything we could use at a hardware store to make noise? Because if this thing didn't have eyes, it would probably be helpful to have some sort of sound-based distraction.
Certainly liked our rifles.
If there's so
What
much
about
fucking
like an air
commotion
horn?
going on at the hardware store? Why aren't you the owner of the store fucking there dealing with it?
Well, this is more of a collaborative situation. I don't know if you could tell, but our entire town is enveloped in this yellow-green fog. And, I'm just kind of making sure that people don't die.
Is that
We're-
not normal? Does it not usually turn yellow up there?
We've encountered a lot of dust storms, but this is not a dust storm, that's for sure.
No? Okay. I am from Missouri, so I would not know.
I'm
Sure. uh,
my home state of Missouri. We no longer use slaves.
I am native of Missouri, great state of America.
kind of dog is this?
Ooh, women.
Um, so yeah, what's the plan, fellows? You can discuss amongst yourselves or what have you.
I'm still trying to think if there's anything at the
Yell.
hardware store that could be used to make sound at a distance for a distraction.
I mean, if we could find an air horn or a bullhorn,
Or a hammer and a
Duct
soup
tape or
pot.
something. Did you
Um,
say a hammer and a soup pot?
You need
That's
to make
actually not
noise,
a-
don't you?
that's not a bad
Well, I want to make noise, but not where I'm at. If I want to just
no,
make
you,
noise,
you
then
like
they
tie them
drive.
together. You tie them together, you hang them from something, and then you just let the wind do it.
We seriously not have a way to make noise? Can't
Yeah, like
Do
why
you
don't we
not
just
have
get a
like a
bunch of tin
flashbang
cans
in
on
your truck?
string?
can't magic up some noise or yell or fucking something?
Tin
But I
cans on a
want
string.
to do it at range for a distraction. I'm just thinking if there's anything else we need at the hardware store.
Does this town have a military surplus store?
um, military surplus store.
Or like a hunting supply store?
What you can tell is that the hardware store seems to have uh, rifles and weapons available at it as well. It
Ah,
is
okay.
not just hardware. It is like there are weapons that there's a gun store as well.
It's like a hardware, hunting,
Yeah.
farming, like
small rural town hardware store.
Yes.
Okay. We could get like some butt calls or something, right? Like whistles.
Is that to me or the group?
I mean, if we just need to make noise, we can do that. I'm just
Yeah.
like if we had a flashbang or something that could be handy to have to just chuck it somewhere.
I don't got those. I just got the shotgun and the sniper rifle.
Quick, everybody remember to scoop a handful of sand into your pockets for future pocket sand.
This is a good idea, and there is much sand around.
Also, one thing you would have noticed, Yuri, because you got grappled by that tongue, and you changed your clothes. You noticed that your shirt was partially dissolving
Ugh.
that you took off. So it's
Probably put that in a zippy, like a Ziploc bag, and stash that in one of the lockers in the back of the van for the agency later.
That's fair. That's fair.
There's an agency.
I work for an agency. It's part of the professional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But you don't have to worry about that.
it is no problem. I guess they pay good
How many holidays you guys get?
most days.
Um,
Work,
um,
work is
MLK?
funny.
we should go. We should just go chat to Michelle. Was it about the meteorite then?
Okay.
Is the vibe I'm getting.
Fine. Well, you fucking do the talking.
So you go back to the diner, and you see that a lot of people have left the diner, but you do see one woman kind of standing inside the diner, kind of looking out the window. She looks very worried.
I thought we were going to the
Hello, hey there. Are you
hardware
Michelle?
store.
Michelle's at the diner.
Oh,
Or owns
thank
the
you.
diner.
Yes. So you go in. The door kind of clinks open. You got the like little bell thing. And she looks over and she's like, "Hey, you guys were here just a bit ago. Is everything okay out there?"
And just to be clear, this isn't the person who like waited on
This
us.
is not your. This is not the waiter.
Okay.
This is a different woman.
Well, did you see the giant frog thing?
I heard a lot of gunshots, and then I heard some goopy noises, and I came to the front window, and there's like a big thing on the street corner over there.
You should check it out. It's really cool. But anyways, the townsfolk were thinking it came from or might be related to that meteorite, and we hear you know more about it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that meteorite, that's that's some sort of omen, some god omen. It's
What do you mean,
Uh-huh.
Miss
punishing.
Pickles?
It's punishing the town or something. I don't know. It's.
I agree
I
completely.
feel.
Those heathens had it coming.
Has town done something to be punished?
Um, are you there?
Sure.
Okay. Uh, I mean, I can't
Like
think
popped
of
out of the
anything.
kitchen somehow.
I know there was another person in the diner earlier that looked sciency. They had their laptop open. They were, searching a bunch of stuff, and it looked odd. They had weird programs up on their computer, but
Where was this
What,
nerd?
like Excel?
they left earlier. I think they said they were gonna look at the meteorite. They must have worked for the government or something.
Let's find the
Yes.
nerd.
But I swear this meteorite is straight from hell. That's my
Yeah.
belief.
Have you seen it?
No,
Is
no,
a
I've
meteorite from hell like a turd in a way?
Sure.
Sorry,
sure.
carry on.
Um, but I did not see the meteorite. I just heard the boom.
I didn't see it. I just heard the boom, and I'm super willing to tell you my opinion on it, though.
Exactly. It's a
Who
demon.
who claimed that yellow goop's coming out of the meteorite if no one saw it?
I think that was out of the local reporter. Local reporter got there, and I think from what I heard, he got kicked out of that site pretty quickly.
Why?
I don't know. I assume the government wanted to get people out of there. I don't know. Maybe a meteorite has something radioactive, or maybe there's like the devil. I don't know.
What did you say this reporter's name was?
Um, his name is Gary Simon.
You think the government's in cahoots with the devil?
Wouldn't put it
Have you?
past me.
She looks over at Yuri and she's like, right?
Yuri's just nodding, like egging her on.
Um, but she definitely seems very concerned, and she kind of sits back down and starts kind of like praying at a table.
Your generation just pushing your religion on me?
Uh,
I think
What do
we
you
got
think?
all we could here.
Hardware store or go find this Gary Sue? Or we could
Split
just.
up.
Oh, gang, should we split up?
do we
Not
do we
not if these
know?
fucking frog things are jumping around.
So, like, have we heard of anything like this before?
Looking back on your like mysteries that you've experienced in the past, I would say that you guys are a pretty fresher. They're a fresher group. Um, but you've done a decent amount of research. I'll just have you roll like a sharp. Just roll sharp plus sharp.
8.
8. Okay. So I would say that um, you've heard of like uh, a lot of it comes from movies and whatnot, but it sounds very much like some sort of like crossing over of dimensions. Like two things are meshing together that shouldn't be meshing.
Interesting.
And
Stranger Things.
one thing I'll note as well is that, well, actually, no, keep going. Yeah.
I don't really know where I'm going.
Because you would think that this sudden like overlapping of like this fog, this change in dynamic in the area that's totally out of the norm. I mean, that just doesn't happen with weather. There's something funky going on to this entire area.
Something's not right in the neighborhood, y'all.
The air is turning frogs gay and also into aliens. Now we know it is government.
Damn chemtrails.
We find this Gary Stu. He tell us about chemtrail.
Did you catch the name of the guy who was here with the laptop earlier?
He's a nerd. He'll be easy to find.
I do have his receipt. If you give me a second, I can try and figure it out.
That would be fantastic and illegal, but we'll overlook that.
Yeah, I think this calls for a little bit of you know, a little bit figuring out what the hell's going on.
You think what the government is doing is legal?
I invoked the Cthulhu clause of every law that says if Cthulhu shit happens, all bets are off.
It's good law.
Should get into the state constitution. In the event of Cthulhu, all these go right out.
Every previous amendment is nullified.
He signed his receipt. A. Scott.
A Scott,
Yes.
Ascot.
like a Scotsman. Is he
No.
Scottish?
Like a
A.
Scot-
Period. Scott.
Okay.
Like neckerchief is Ascot.
I don't think he was wearing. He was wearing more of like a, sciencey gear. It looked like a lab coat. They looked like they just
Wore a lab coat to a diner.
What
looked like
kind
they had
of
just gotten off a
nerd?
shift or something. I don't know.
What did he
Sounds
use?
like a big fucking nerd.
That is
Yeah.
the biggest nerd I've ever heard of. Ascot.
Easy
We
to
must talk
find.
to this man.
Yeah, I would definitely say they didn't fit in around here. I don't think he's local.
All right.
Well,
Let's go find the reporter then. See if anyone at the hardware store knows where he is.
Okay.
La-la-la-la-la.
So, you guys head over to the hardware store. You can see a bunch of people kind of arming themselves. Some people have wrenches, some people have pistols. There's some older rifles and stuff like that. None of this is like new tech or anything. It's very like some guy had a gun collection that he sold to this hardware store. And then the hardware store is just reselling this stuff. But you definitely see a bunch of people kind of arming themselves. There's probably a group of like 15-ish people. There's also some women there about that are trying to find their husbands and see what's going on, try to, stay together as a family. And you guys start hearing hopping once more. But this time, it's a rather consistent hopping. As in like boom, 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 boom.
Hippity-hoppity, they're coming for our property.
Do I
And
still have the night vision goggles on me?
do you have night vision goggles? Oh, you mean
the,
thermal?
the
Yeah,
thermal
thermal.
camera.
Yeah. You pointed in the direction from which the sound is coming, and you see 3 of these creatures coming down the road towards the hardware store through the mist.
Ah, shit.
All right. How about we go into the hardware store until this blows over?
Okay, and you definitely see a bunch of other people like, fuck, and they run. They follow you guys into the hardware store, and you guys are kind
And
of
I assume we have our guns with us
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yuri will grab both guns out of the van.
Having mine.
okay. And I guess Jerry has the shotgun.
Oh yeah, I guess Jerry would have my shotgun right now.
hmm
So I'll grab my one gun out of my truck. This is the sniper rifle.
So you guys rush inside. No pun intended. And you guys hear this thumping just like hop right past the door. They don't even stop. And everyone kind of is freaking out inside the hardware store. You see the hardware store is like 3 aisles, and in the back there's the gun counter area, which has been picked through a bit. There's still some random stuff over there, but like ammunition and like the knives. But you guys are all kind of huddled up in this hardware store as these things hop past.
How many people are in here?
15 plus y'all.
Are they all armed?
About probably 10 of them are armed.
Okay.
You gonna take a pot shot at one of these things as they cross by?
Yuri's gonna think back to the first one and be like, all right, it didn't take too much to kill it. So he's gonna start pointing at people. You, everyone with guns, right? You follow me to street. And Yuri's gonna tell them to line up, and before they're out of sight, just fucking unload on these things.
I'm gonna say roll to manipulate someone.
Can you manipulate me and I go? Oh, no, they've already seen us together.
I got a 6.
They're like, fuck no. Did you see what that did to did
You know
see
what
that-
they're fucking guns for? You are cowards. You are the reason America is full of chemtrails.
One is more reasonable. 3 of those? They could I mean, I don't want to be dissolved. You saw what happened to our friend out there. And apparently one of them got headshot. I don't even know how that happens.
You must be quick on draw, but clearly you are not the people to save town. Put guns down. Go home. Pray to your God.
My home's outside of town.
Oh,
At
where are
least
you
a few
from?
miles. I'm out in the country. I mean, technically Nimoy. What about you guys?
Missouri.
We
Kalamazoo.
we could sneak. Well, I don't know if we want to sit here forever. We could like sneak into a vehicle and just
I
try
don't
to
want to
outrun
sit
them.
here a fucking instant longer. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, where did they hop to? Did they just
They
go back
were
down the street toward the diner?
yes. So it seemed like they heard some commotion and they were heading in that direction.
Interesting.
But then they just kept going.
Some of them.
Are
I am thinking perhaps we should find where they are coming from. Maybe this is more serious than we have time to talk to a reporter about.
That seems fair.
you guys are looking for the reporter?
Is he
Is he
here?
here?
Yeah, he's right over there. He points over. He's in the other aisle, and he's like kind of in the corner, and he's kind of like having. He doesn't have a gun. He's just kind of like panicked, and he's like, "Oh God."
Hey, you saw rock from sky? Yes, you saw a government satellite airplane. What did you see?
I mean, I uh, I remember seeing this meteor. And it was covered in this weird slime stuff, and I grabbed a sample of it, but it dissolved through the bag.
Hmm.
You were covered in it, and it dissolved other materials, but not you.
No, I wasn't covered in it. I put it in a bag.
Ah,
How big was it?
The meteorite? I think it was probably.
Like I want to know if this is like giant and there's like a limited number of these frog things, or if it was small and it's somehow recreating more frogs.
I think it was like 10 feet, 10 feet in diameter.
Okay.
what is that in metric?
Yeah. What is that in frogs?
Well, you think that the frogs have something to do with the meteor? Because, I mean, I guess that's fair. After I wrote that story, the government
You
kind of shut
think
me down.
they're unique circumstances?
I mean, I don't know what to think at
Aren't
this
you like
point.
a journalist? Don't you have to go off hunches?
I mean, I was gonna go talk to somebody, but I couldn't find them. There was there was a scientist in town, Alexander Scott. He was
Ascot.
here right before the meteor hit, and I haven't been able to find him since.
He was here before the meteor hit. That's interesting.
Let's find the nerd.
I
What do you know
remember
of? What do
I
you know
remember
of
seeing
Ascot?
him at the when I was at the meteor site. I saw he had a truck there, but once the government came in, they kind of booted me out. I don't think he was with the government either.
Perhaps this Ascot is fellow crank. Maybe we find Ascot. Eh,
Should we just hop in a van and get the fuck out to the meteor site?
I think that would be best.
I've been wanting to go to this meteor site since I heard there was a meteor.
Okay.
Do we
So,
have like clear instructions there? If not, we should ask this guy.
yeah. He looks at you. He's like, you want to go out in this?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I guess it's your funeral. You can, yeah, it's just south, and then you take Highway 45 off to the right, and I guess it'll be on your right side. You can follow that, and it'll take you right by where the meteor is. There'll probably be some like government trucks or some sort of building out there at this point.
All right, you said that was Highway 73.
I
45.
45.
Just making
Trying
clear,
to
I
mess
have
with me,
no idea what's going on.
but yeah, I mean, if you want to go out there, I guess you can.
I'm not asking your permission. Like,
Yuri's just gonna look around the
fucking
store. Is there
right?
anything interesting that we could grab for supplies as far as uh, the stock that's on offer?
Is there anything specifically you're looking for?
Something more potent than just like hunting rounds and hunting
Uh,
rifles.
I'm
you
gonna grab
see,
one of those big bags of like junk food that they have at hardware stores.
okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tossing
Yeah.
big cans on the road.
It's full of sun chip bags. The
Oh,
loudest
dude,
chip bags.
I heard we need. Remember, we need to like make, or you floated the idea of making loud sounds.
Sun
Yeah.
chips.
Fucking. There you go.
Sun
Sun
chip
chips.
bag.
Good call.
You go back to the counter where they have the gun stuff, and you see there's a guy back there, and he looks to be the guy that's managing all the gun rentals, I guess you could say, for the day. So he looks at your rifle. He's like, looks like you're already set up.
Do you have anything bigger?
I mean, he looks at his gun rack, and you see it's kind of picked through. Um,
They
I
are
mean,
not using them.
I mean, it's better to give them some sort of defense rather than just being total prey to these creatures, whatever they are.
If they will not work
Yeah.
together, they will die alone. It is sad truth. Do you have big gun?
Uh, I do have these,
Mister,
but
how
I
big is your
wouldn't
gun?
recommend them.
Maybe grenade?
He brings out this little box. And he's like, I packed these guys myself. And he opens, and there's these rounds that work in your sniper rifle,
Hmm.
that are overpacked rounds.
Ah,
They'll
this is
deal.
more like it, yes.
Just be wary. If your gun isn't up to snuff, it could blow up in your face.
I am good about take care of gun. I just change barrel. It is very, very clean.
All right, buddy. I mean, it sounds like, from what I heard, it sounded like you guys are going outside. So maybe you'll get better use out of them than anyone here. And he kind of slides you a
Everybody's good.
box, and
I will
inside there's 6 rounds of
readily take
overpacked uh, sniper bullets.
Sweet.
I'm gonna reload my sawed-off shotgun, and I'm also gonna ask, do you guys got slugs?
Slugs? Yeah, we got some. And he hands you a box of slugs. Slugs probably make sense against these guys. I feel like birdshot wouldn't do shit.
Nope.
Anything else for your group? It seems like you guys are kind of kitted.
Do you have any N95 masks?
You got any good cigars?
Knife. I would like knife.
Oh, yeah.
Big one. This one.
He hands you the rainbow tinted like fancy
Butterfly knife.
Yeah. Like the CS:GO skin looking rainbow knife.
You're just gonna look at this guy, just under the just past the brim of the red hat, just like really. Get to be big knife.
He grabs the Bowie.
Thank
It's like fine. But if you can, whenever this is all over, if you could return it, that'd be great. That's some of the knives I really like.
I will send you credit card information when this is finished.
Noted. Let's see here. Was there any other
An
unresolved things with this
IOU
game?
written in Russian.
The
I don't
purchase
think
order
so.
from the Agenstra.
Okay. So you guys head out of the hardware store and you get a lot of people like looking at you like, are you guys suicidal?
There goes my hero.
We are
And
real American hero. You are cowards. Stay here. Die alone. We will save your sad town.
Or can you like whisper that
Yeehaw.
until we get to the van and then leave?
No.
But I think that's the plan, is just sneak over to the vehicles so we can leave.
okay.
Yeah.
I will have. Let's see.
All right, I'm also
Are they outside
not
still?
going to take.
What was that, Sam?
Are the monsters still outside?
When you step outside, you can definitely hear some distant thumps,
But
but
they're not nearby.
not moving in your direction from what you can tell.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pile in someone's vehicle. I'm not gonna fucking do this on a motorcycle.
Probably wise.
Yeah, who's driving?
I have large van. Seville has pickup truck.
Yep.
We have options.
Do we want two vehicles?
Yeah, having two is probably valuable, huh?
I have surveillance equipment if we need it. Seville has open bed for shooting and fleeing. I see potential.
I have no preference if we take one or two. I'm gonna defer to people that know more about what they have in their vehicles to think if
I'm
it's worth it.
taking the van.
Okay.
Whoever wants to go in the van can get in the van, I assume.
I
I'm
will
gonna
In my truck.
get the van.
The van
Alright.
is uncomfortable.
But it
That
is
that
enclosed,
is a
right?
tag.
It is enclosed.
Wait,
but it is
Are you
notably
saying there's not like a? Isn't there like a carpet in the back?
No, it's an uncomfortable van.
Damn.
Bare
How much room
bones.
is in the truck?
Like the cushions are completely worn down. You can feel the springs in the seats. Like it's just like all amenities have been gutted in favor of packing it full of equipment.
What kind of truck are we talking about here? Is this like a modern, like one of those really decked out F-150s? Or is this like a Mater kind of thing?
Seville,
Seville.
what is
It's
truck?
a plain red truck.
It's
You
like an
can
old
imagine a
junker.
plain red truck.
It's like from the 80s.
Like a rusted old fucking junker.
Gets me from point A to point B.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need anything else.
First choice, best choice. I'll be in the van.
All right.
All right.
Joyce.
I guess I'll be in the. I'll be in the
That
passenger.
was the original ass cushions on it.
I'm gonna like
Is your truck
pull out some
uncomfortable too?
napkins from my
Yes.
fanny pack and lay them down on the seat.
Okay.
It's the
So
meta pick.
Seville is driving his truck, and then everyone else is in the van. Then
I think I'm in the truck too.
okay.
Yeah, Jerry's in the truck.
Jerry.
Do I have like walkie-talkies between us?
I have
You could
surveillance
probably
here, so theoretically, yeah.
you could probably pick some up at the hardware store
I,
too.
I
I have
have
3 minutes on
I would
weekends.
assume that you guys, since you go in a group generally, you probably have walkie-talkies
I,
available.
I have
Sure.
ghost hunting tools, which based off
Could,
playing
could involve walkies, yeah.
yeah, that shit,
Yeah.
what's the name of the game?
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, Phasmophobia. Yeah. Everyone knows ghost hunting equipment involves walkie-talkies.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's canon. Play walkies.
So, you guys uh, get to your vehicles and get inside, and you guys would probably assume at this point these things do seem rather sensitive to sound. So when you start your vehicles, you're probably going to attract attention.
I'm gonna
All right.
start the motorcycle up
Okay.
and is it a cheap motorcycle or is it an expensive one?
It says it's a motorcycle, so I'll let you have whatever.
Okay.
Not like a fucking like actual racing sport bike, but you know.
Oh. Well, if it's a shit bike I don't care about, I'm gonna just flip that on. And
Okay.
then
I'll leave it running in the parking lot.
yeah, I'm gonna say I
Okay.
have one of those cramp busters where you can like set the cruise control on the throttle and then just leave it in idle revving.
Okay. For sure.
And
You
then
do,
yeah,
yeah.
and then hop in the vehicle and leave.
Okay. You do that. No trouble there. You hop in the truck. Yuri hops in his van. And you guys set forth on this journey down this highway. The visibility is pretty crappy. And one thing you also noticed while you guys were outside is the air became a lot more like moist, I guess you could say.
Humid.
Um, like very, very, very humid and very, very like you wouldn't expect wet heat in
In New
New Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
It's very much a wet heat versus a dry heat now.
Can I still light up my cigarettes?
Uh, yes, you can light up a cigarette if you'd like.
I roll down the window slightly.
Getting a little muggy.
You fucking turn on the AC, or is that broken in this van?
AC does not work.
Fucking damn it!
It's uncomfortable.
Fucking at
So,
least let me take a hit of that vodka.
Ah, this I have for you. I will hand him a Vaportini glass. I bought this when plague started. It's very good for disinfect lungs.
Nazdrovia,
so
comrade.
That's what I need.
initially, when you guys set off, you definitely hear a lot of attention come in your guys' direction. You can hear the thumps of these things,
Hmm.
and I would say. Uh, I would say that Yuri and Seville will probably have to act under pressure as to not accidentally hit one of these things while they're hopping around.
Mm. How many are we seeing?
On your drive, you saw two,
Okay.
but you definitely heard more of them behind you.
I got a 9.
Okay, Seville.
6.
Oh no, I missed your truck.
Okay, so while you guys are driving, you're driving along the road. Uh, I will say that Yuri, you had a partial success.
Okay.
You can make a maneuver to make it so that your van will uh, will not take any damage,
Okay.
but doing so will wreck the truck. or you can have your van take a little bit of damage and the truck take a little damage from one of these creatures that is hopping coming down.
Okay. I think in the interest of not fucking over half the team, let's do the second one. As tempting
So,
as the first offer is.
You guys are driving, and these things are hopping in the direction of that motorcycle because it's revving high. These frogs are kind of off kilter, and when they're coming down, and it turns around as it sees you drive by, um, and you swerve out of the way, and it ends up unsettling the road a little bit as it comes down. It like cracks, and it makes you hit a large bump. Um, and causes you to you hear a large crack, but you don't know what happened to your car, but you hear a large crack. And doing this as well, seeing you veer out of the way, Seville notices that the frog has come down and cracked the roadway, and he tries to dodge as best he can, basically experiencing the same thing. He goes over a large bump. His suspension's a little bit better, but he also hears a large crack as his car goes over the bump. And you guys continue onward, and the frogs definitely seem to ignore you as you go out into this mist. As you hear this very loud motorcycle coming from the town.
I don't think the townspeople are going to be too happy about that.
You know, we'll get
Anyway.
there.
They have 10 guns. They will be fine.
More guns than we have.
So, getting um, getting out into the country, you do see the turnoff for exit or for Highway 45, and you guys turn down. It's a highway, I guess you could say. It's a gravel, like kind of beaten into the desert kind of highway. Definitely not well traversed, but you definitely see that there's some fresher tracks, I guess you could say. Probably within the last day, someone's been driving on this road. Um, and after a while, you see that there is a little pop-up tent off on your left side, on the left side of the road. Um, and you also see an RV heading the opposite direction.
Does the RV have any kind of like antennas or equipment?
The RV looks like your van has like antennas and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would say it looks like a fancier version of what you have. So it's got
nice.
high tech shit, and it is going in the opposite direction of you guys.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna flip on my blinker,
Okay.
and I'm gonna kind of pull into the road in front of it and kind of come to a stop. And I'm gonna start digging around in my milk crate of hats and pull out something that looks government.
Okay. So you pull out in front of it, and uh, it looks like it's not stopping. Act under pressure to avoid getting slammed by this thing.
Okay. That is an 11. I
Okay.
think.
So you see that this thing is not slowing down. Technically, I'll still give you the choice. Do you want to stay in front of it?
I want them to stop. That is what Yuri is trying to get them to do. I want them to stop.
Okay.
I lean out the window and try to pop some tires.
Yeah. With your magic.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any way I can like throw a handful of
For your pocket sand?
Yeah, my pocket sand. Could I throw it and transmute it into pocket like road spikes?
Pocket
I
caltrops.
will
Pocket
say
caltrops.
I will say that
That's what Dale should have had.
you can definitely act under pressure to use your magic to try to pop a tire.
Awesome. I will do that.
And we'll say we'll add weird rather than cool.
Really? So that's 9. 6
9?
plus 3? 9.
Okay. You have a hard choice to make. You can do this, but based off of the fact that Yuri pulled out in front of this thing, and you're trying to pop a tire, you might tip the RV. You probably will tip the RV because it's swerving out of the way as Yuri's trying to stay in its lane and trying
Well,
to
I
kind of.
think Yuri would have like parked the car and like kind of stepped out and like tried to wave it down, right? Like he's got his fake government hat
Yes.
on, and he's like trying to be like, hey, stop.
And yes, this thing is not slowing down. And if you pop a
Yeah,
tire, it could
I'll
be
do it.
problematic. You're doing
Yeah,
it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
100%.
So
Ooh.
you pop one of its tires, or I guess a couple of its tires probably, and it weaves out of the way. Yuri, you feel the wind as this thing just goes right by your car. Does not hit your van, and it kind of rolls off of the road onto its side.
Oh,
Nice.
it was beautiful, RV. No. Yuri will hustle over to it and start kind of climbing up the side to like open the door and be like, "Hey, is everyone okay? Hello, hey."
Uh,
Is AC intact?
Yuri, when you're doing that, you clamber over top of this vehicle and try to like look inside and stuff like that. And as you kind of get around it, uh, you smell an intense smell of like putrid, rotting, like swampy smells essentially, kind of just permeating into your nose. And looking forward, you see that there is a large frog creature looking in this direction.
How far is it?
Probably like 40 feet out.
Fuck. Is there anybody alive inside the vehicle?
Uh, let's see. I would say looking inside, you see someone is passed out
In the driver's seat?
in the driver's seat. They're
Okay.
not bloody. They're just kind of the airbag went off and they are passed out.
Okay. Is it a man or a woman?
It is a male.
They're wearing a lab coat.
They are
They're
wearing
wearing
a
an
lab coat.
ascot.
They're
Wow,
not wearing an
fancy that.
ascot.
Fancy that. Okay. He's not going anywhere. Yuri's gonna clamber down and run back to the car and get his gun.
Okay. Uh, so, with all this commotion, this frog is hopping over to you guys. You guys all see this thing coming in this direction, and it actually, when it hops down for the first time, it actually crushes the back half of the RV.
No.
No. Goddamn frog ass motherfucker.
And it's kind of like looking, it's not looking around, but it's, you can tell it's kind of listening.
Okay. Yuri is gonna throw uh just like an equipment bag. Just one of his bags he's got in the back of the van. He's gonna throw the van or the bag around one side of the van, like
Okay.
out in front of it. And then he's gonna turn around the other side of the van to try and shoot this thing once it's got its back to him.
Okay. Um,
From the
Yep.
truck, can we see this happening?
yes, I would say that you all can see this,
Okay.
and you see Yuri trying to like distract
Uh,
this.
I'm getting a gun ready, but I'm not shooting.
Okay. Um,
Ready to attack.
Yuri,
Yeah.
I'll say, uh, act under pressure.
Sweet. Okay. That is around 10.
A 10. All right. Are you using the crazy rounds?
The what?
The,
Oh,
the,
no, I don't think I'm using those yet.
okay. So you fire off this gun, and this creature takes the hit, and it moves its head in your direction. Obviously, the sniper rifle is the loudest thing in within miles, so it looks directly at you. Um, looks directly at you.
It actually, fun fact, the
Oh,
sniper rifle is not considered loud.
oh, it isn't.
Grenades and submachine gun are considered loud, but the sniper rifle just says far.
I will say that
Pretty
it's
nice.
not a gun is loud though in
That's
general.
fair. That's fair. But I would argue this is
It's
probably
not.
not the loudest thing in our arsenal. I think my shotgun is no, the shotgun doesn't have that either. Shit.
Yeah,
Holy cow. Why? Okay, the hunting rifle and the 9mm are considered loud, but the shotgun and the sniper rifle aren't loud.
that's a bit odd.
That is weird.
Um,
All
so
right.
what is everybody else doing when they hear this sniper rifle go off and you see this frog-looking thing look in the direction of Yuri?
I probably would have started shooting the moment I heard the first gunshot.
Okay, so are you getting out of the truck, or are you still in the truck, kind of leaning out the window?
I'm about leaning out the window, so I have some mobility options here.
Okay. So I'll have you. We'll probably say kick some ass in this case, because this thing is kind of poised to fight now.
Roll for kick some ass.
Tough.
Tough. I got a 7.
So you'll shoot it, and it is going to, since you are in the vehicle, it is going to grab the truck with its tongue. And it is going to pull it closer with Seville and Elijah inside. I guess you're all inside, but it is pulling it. It's pulling the entire truck closer to it, and it hit it right in the bumper, and you hear a loud crack as well as it smacks it. Seville, Elijah, what are you up to?
Bill, do you have an ejector seat?
Seville.
Do I have a what sheet?
Ejector seat.
No.
Shit.
I would have that in a truck from the 80s.
Just for these kinds of situations.
Seville, Elijah, what are your plan? What's your plan?
That would be
Just to be
running.
clear, it's me and Seville in the truck, right?
Yes, Elijah was in the van.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was in
okay.
the van.
I think you'd mix that up, but I just want to clarify.
Yep, yep.
I
You
would
or Michael, decide to.
I would have hopped out of the van
Okay, and you see
and
Yuri
ran.
and
Yeah, ran towards Yuri to support.
okay. Seville?
I think that's what I'm gonna do too. Is just trying to. I guess I just kind of want to line up a shot if I
Okay.
need it, if I see anything.
Yeah. So it currently has your truck grabbed with its tongue.
So I guess I'll try and shoot the tongue
Sure.
with my sawed off.
I'll say act under pressure on that.
All right. That is a 7.
Okay. Um,
Getting a lot of those.
you are able to shoot the tongue off as long as you're okay with you will have to shoot through your front windshield to get a good angle on it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So you blast, glass flies everywhere. And you shoot the tongue, and it instantly retracts back into the frog. And let's see, Elijah, is there any actions that you wanted to take or try to, do while everybody's kind of, you know, distracting the monster? Elijah,
I'm sorry, say again.
is there any actions that you wanted to take while everyone else is kind of
If
gunning?
can I make it to um my Russian associate Yuri? Uh,
Yes, you are next.
um, yeah, I would, assuming that it's focused on him and I'm able to just kind of run up on it, I would take a sword and attack tentacles.
All right, I will say attempt to kick some ass. So roll plus tough.
Welcome to the salty spittoon. How tough am I? 8.
An 8?
Okay.
Wait, well, how tough am I though? 0. Yeah, 8.
Okay.
Pretty
So
tough.
how much damage does the sword do? What's the harm?
The sword is 2.
2. All right.
And does my natural attacks come in here? Or
You
have
can
like...
use your base attacks you could use your base attacks, or you can use your
Oh,
sword.
I got you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. Yep, sword 2.
Okay. So you slash at it, getting up close and personal. You cut off one of its like face tentacles, and it is going to grab you with its
Hey.
arm.
Oh,
Since you're so close up, you're not going to take any harm, but I'll have you roll plus tough.
3, 7, 7.
Okay. So let me grab this. So, with its grab on you, you are able to break free with a 7, but you do suffer 2 harm to try to like push out, and it's kind of trying to crush. So you'll take 2 harm. I think you take 1 less, or no?
I don't give a shit about that harm because I take 1 harm less.
Okay, so you take 1 harm then.
Cool.
Um, and it looks down, or I guess it's kind of right up next to you. So all attention is on you at this point. And Yuri, it's been a while for you.
Uh, fucking rack another bullet, and we're gonna shoot him again.
Okay,
What am I rolling?
tough.
Tough. Okay, that's a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay, so 11 means that you can inflict terrible harm, you can suffer less harm, you force them where you want, which, like I said, you can't do with this thing, or you can gain advantage or give someone else advantage on their, or advantage. You can go plus
I
1.
think we'll do terrible harm.
Okay, so you shoot this thing, and
So
it
5 damage.
is not happy with the amount of damage it is taking. Let's see here.
5
And
plus 4, 9 from Yuri.
plus 3 from Seville. Um, and it starts to make a loud. You see its throat kind of vibrating, and it starts croaking very loudly. Um, and we'll go to the Jerry.
I just shoot it again.
He's going to unload on it. Okay. I'll
Yeah, man.
say.
I don't think I have anything. Yeah. Aim
Okay.
for the mouth.
Okay. I'll say.
Sick.
I'll say act under pressure for this.
Oof.
You're pretty cool, right?
I add, yeah, I add weird instead of cool
Oh,
when
okay.
acting under pressure.
He's not really
7.
cool. He's just weird.
Okay.
I'm like, I think almost all my rolls have been 7.
So you have a shotgun with you. This creature is a little bit far out from you. Uh, the only shot that I mean, with your shotgun, you will be able to hit this thing, but Elijah's right there, so he may take some damage as well.
So it's the question: do I decide to shoot or not?
Do you decide to shoot?
Do it.
Uh, I'm not gonna shoot.
Okay. So
I
you
came in. I started this day off with a flashlight. I didn't have a gun on me. I'm not gonna say I'm confident in my ability to
Yuri
shoot.
has already killed one civilian today. It's no big deal. Kill the monster.
Are you
Just
calling
Okay.
me a
blame it on the
civilian?
frog. You'll be good.
I did. I headshotted the guy on accident once this morning, apparently.
Seville, you see that the shot isn't lined up well enough for a shotgun shot to not hurt Elijah.
Was it actually Elijah? I thought it was just Eli.
I prefer Eli.
Eli, Elijah.
How insensitive.
On the character sheet, it says Elijah.
Uh,
It says Eli in
he
parentheses,
introduced himself
technically.
as
But
Eli.
if you took a goddamn second to get to know me,
Seville, what are you doing? You see that Jerry isn't able to take a good shot because he's worried that he'll hit Eli.
I'll try and take a shot with my hunting rifle.
Okay, I will say act under pressure in this case.
do do do.
10.
Okay, you do what you set out to do, and you nail this thing right in the dome, whatever its dome is, and it falls over right next to Eli, and that croaking, you feel like you hear more frogs coming in this direction.
Probably get out of here,
They're breeding like
frogs.
Yuri wants to go haul that guy out of his RV before they get here.
Okay. Yuri, you go up to the RV and you see this guy is kind of like dazed, but he's slowly waking up and he sees you approach.
Wave it to him.
He's very confused.
You were in an accident, not from us.
Don't worry about it.
I wasn't even there.
But yeah, he's not a hassle or anything to kind of, hog tie if you want to grab him.
I don't want to hog tie him, but I do want to
Oh,
help him out of
You
his.
want to help? Okay.
Put
I
him
want
in
to
the
help him out
truck.
of his RV. Be like, well, we have company coming. Come on, soldier, and I pull him out and
Okay.
Give me your hug.
start pulling him towards the van.
Okay. Um,
Big
you
swinging hug.
uh he he looks very frazzled, and he just follows your lead as you bring him to the van.
Okay.
Um,
I'll just open the back doors, kind of shoo him in, and run back to the
Yeah.
driver's seat.
and yeah, you guys hear a group of things coming your way.
Okay.
Get out of here while we can.
And let's keep moving
Let's get this guy to a second
Where are
location.
you heading?
the way we were going initially.
So you're still going further out,
Asteroid.
past the
Wasn't there a tent we saw the RV
There
coming
was-
from?
there was a tent.
That's probably too close to check without having to worry about the frogs.
You don't. I mean, it's hard to say exactly how long it will take because you don't know what's inside the tent.
How big of a
Just be-
tent?
Like a military tent.
So like a little personal one man.
No, like a military like camp tent, as in like a base of operations kind of tent.
Oh, a big ass. Okay,
Like probably like 30 by 20 feet.
big tent. Got it. I mean, there's probably time if Yuri was able to get over to the car and get a guy out. You could be doing that while he's doing
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure Eli has extra speed.
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
Check it out then.
Eli, I will say, uh, yeah, I'll say that you are able to get to this tent pretty easily. Um, and you look inside, and it looks to be uh, that there's no one inside. It looks to be totally abandoned here. You see that there are computers that are set up on tables. There you see that there's like a little desk at one side that looks like it has a chair. Um, the generator to this tent doesn't seem to be on, so none of the computers are on or anything like that. But it seems like this was a base of operations for whatever was going on with this meteorite.
Interesting. Can I search for clues?
Roll plus sharp.
Don't drop your glasses.
Wow. 9. Plus or minus. Oh, 9 plus 1, 10.
Hey, okay. So looking around this area, I'm gonna say that this is separate from investigative mystery because it's like a specific thing, not related to the creature exactly. But um, looking around, you see uh, some paper strewn across the desk, and
The paper.
looking at the papers, it seems to have a lot of formulas on it. It also mentions some sort of extra dimensional portal, and it says the meteor came from the Andromeda galaxy.
Dude, that's the closest galaxy to us.
Whoa.
I say to myself, I guess. Um, uh, is it safe to assume that I'd have my phone in this situation? Can I just take pictures of these documents?
Yeah, you could take pictures.
Hell yeah. I
This is
do
modern
that.
times. You have no service.
Doesn't matter. I just want the picture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you can't share it on iCloud.
You
No.
can't like make a scrapbook of
Later.
this.
No, you can't make it's like
On,
here's what you did yesterday or 1 year ago today.
You like stop and like take a selfie of it.
So
Inspecting secret government docs. Hashtag fucking hell.
you grab some photos, and do you want to head back then?
yeah, I want to regroup.
Okay, I will say. Uh, I will say I'm going to ask you to act under pressure to get back to the car faster than the frog boys are coming. So I'll have you roll plus cool.
But my cool is +1.
Hey, that's not bad.
7, 8, 9. Damn.
9. All right. Um, I'll say that you're. This isn't technically a hard choice, but uh, the van. I mean, the van seems like the only viable closest vehicle. So you are unable to get to the truck. You can get to the van though.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get it.
Okay. So you get to the van,
Comfortable van.
um, and Seville and Jerry, you're in the truck still, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys floor it as these large creatures start crushing down onto the desert highway, and you make a quick getaway. Driving down this road, it's not a long drive, like I said. It's only a few miles out of town. But you definitely see that there's some weird stuff going on in the desert around you. It looks like there's like weird plants that are blooming out of the soil. And by soil, I mean sand. And it looks like you can see like puddles of liquid forming as well. Almost like water is coming from an unknown source as you're driving down this road.
I
Uh,
think these amphibian bastards are terraforming my planet.
After a little bit, you guys drive into town in an Nimoy, and while you're driving, the guy that you guys saved begins to wake up in the back of the truck. He kind of like comes to. He's like, "Oh God, who? Where am I? What happened? Did you did you pull out in front of me?"
You did not stop vehicle and then it flipped. You are lucky to be alive.
I was being chased by a giant frog creature.
Ah, that would
Yuri, don't
explain
ask
your
me to
hurry.
pull out.
Uh, are you
It is dead
guys
now.
what? I mean, impressive. Uh, are you guys with the government? Why were you out on that road?
We are looking for you, perhaps. You are Ascot, yes?
Uh, I am Alexander Scott. That is correct.
Ah, that is what S means.
What?
Oh,
Ah, makes
It's
sense.
all coming together.
Yes. Good, good,
Uh,
good.
I was just picking up some notes and doing a little bit of research before, and then all this all this crazy shit started happening. I just had I had to get back to town into my lab. Where's my RV?
Well, as you may recall, your RV, it flip in desert.
It did?
Um, yes,
It
you
didn't make it.
weave wildly out of way of road. You do not stop. You drive into sand and it roll. It is in bad shape. You are lucky to be alive.
I guess I'm very glad that you guys showed up. That could have been,
Yes,
well, who knows what would have
yes.
happened.
Who knows if you would have survived that roll if we had not stopped.
Um, well, um, what were you guys doing out there?
We are looking for you. Your name is in town. They are saying you are a expert in this thing. You are poking around, learning secrets about
Well,
chemtrail and Big Rock.
I have been doing a little bit of research on this
That does sound like
meteorite.
me.
Um, are you guys with the government?
Uh, we are quickly takes off government hat. We are on way to Roswell. Aficionado area 51. Big fans. But
Area 51's in Nevada.
crazy things all happen, and then we are stopping to see because maybe alien, maybe government. We do not know.
You you tourists?
it's from
Alien?
Missouri, I say.
Ah, great state of Missouri. Yes.
Interesting. Well, um, would if you guys could get me back to my lab, that would be very, very useful. Like I said, I've been doing research, and uh, I guess you guys seem kind of capable, huh? Is it just you two?
We have friend in truck behind us.
Good to know. So you got a few people in your group. Um, but I just need to get to my lab. I have it. It's in the basement of. There's a local apartment building that I've kind of taken into the basement, renting it out.
What is that lab?
Um, well, you see, I do some research on my own. I do it freelance, I guess you could say, and I I've been following these kinds of meteorites. This is the first time this has happened on our planet. There was one back in Brazil, and another one that happened in the Philippines. And I missed out on the Philippines one, but I went to the site afterwards and did a little bit of snooping around, asking the locals, and well, no one survived in the Philippines.
Then who did you ask?
People that were not affected by it.
Ah,
What happened to this meteorite?
what happened?
Um, well, disappeared. The entire town that it hit disappeared. As if it never
is
existed.
like nuclear bomb go off, or it is like,
Like it is no longer, it does not exist. There's no damage to the environment, just not there.
very spooky. Hmm.
But I've been trying to figure out a way to affect these things. And it seems like wherever these meteorites strike, some sort of portal forms that starts to permeate out of the meteor. And eventually, after a certain time period, it just kind of cracks open and things start spilling out. I think there's a way to close them, though, but I need to get to my lab to be able to check notes and make sure everything is working properly.
Well, I'll look at my passenger.
I will look at calendars, see if busy.
This Tuesday work.
Maybe we pencil you in for later this week. We are visit Portal first. Big fans of aliens, you know. I'll radio the other car too, just to see what they think.
Okay.
Ascot say he know how to shut down Portal on Space Rock.
Neat. How do?
That fancy nerd gibberish for blow it up.
Maybe. Ascot, are you
And-
blow up rock?
Well, it's not exactly blown. It requires a certain device, and then we just
It is
have to
nerd
spread
shit.
this.
There is no kaboom.
Lame.
Okay.
But
Well,
he say he can fix.
I can attempt maybe. I'll give it my best shot, I guess.
He said he for sure has solution to all problems. I am turning around now, okay?
Um. So you guys head out, heading back to the town area, and you see what looks to be quite a commotion outside the hardware store, as there are three creatures kind of like looking, or not looking, but they're leaning in towards this hardware store. And you see there's one person that's grabbed by this creature, and the other two are kind of feeling out the area. It looks like they're almost sniffing. It's like they can smell something. And your vehicles driving by definitely grabs their attention.
Is the motorcycle still revving in the parking lot?
Motorcycle is destroyed.
Okay.
Rip.
It was,
Or at least it's not there anymore.
It's like
Is
stuck,
one of the
like a
frogs
flat
revving?
can to one of their bellies.
See it vibrating. You don't see the frogs vibrating. No, they don't. You don't hear any revving or anything like that.
Okay.
They're not vibing.
But you drive into town, and like I said, you definitely see some of these froggy boys.
Well, I feel like we followed the directions we're given to get to this apartment building.
Okay. So
But maybe not park the vehicles right outside and lead them to it. I don't know.
That is probably wise. We park maybe around the corner, down street. Do a little hustle.
We wouldn't happen to have a megaphone, would we?
I mean, there might be one at the hardware store.
I don't want to stop. I was just thinking, like, we could chuck one of the walkie-talkies outside and then, like, have that be a source of sound to distract.
Ah.
Like if you put the walkie-talkies next to each other and they make that
The feedback.
The feedback loop.
That or just like throwing out the window and then we'll get like whisper into it and have that make noise remotely. I don't know.
That's fair.
I like the feedback loop.
Yeah.
I'm down to do like set that up when we park and chuck that somewhere.
Okay. What are the truck fellows doing? Are you just following along?
And follow for right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
You
up to the nerd shit.
you definitely have gained some attention, and you definitely hear things moving in your direction. These things aren't particularly fast, but they definitely, I mean, they make their presence known. So you guys pull over
Sorry.
and see each other. What are you guys doing to set up this little sound trap thing?
I think it was just like duct tape the two walkie-talkies together with the buttons to press so they just like feed into each other, and then chuck them somewhere so that they're not next to our building.
Okay. You do that. It's not hard to do that. You chuck it into the street. It's not a pleasant sound. I gotta admit. I assume you probably set the walkie-talkies to a pretty loud volume.
I would hope.
So yeah, it's making a terrible squeaking, screeching noise as you guys rush into this apartment building, into this basement area. It's like a little well area that goes down um, underneath the building, and Alexander takes out his key ring and he's going through it. Finds the key, cracks open the door. You guys go inside. This lab is you're used to technology, equipment,
Sure.
sciencey stuff. You're not a nerd, but you've seen it at the agency.
Vegas has many nerds. They do good work.
This guy is pretty much better equipped than your agency.
What?
Like he's got crazy shit down here. Things you don't even see. He's got test tubes, vials. He's got machines that have these things floating in them.
You've never seen test tubes before.
This guy is
Vials?
We cannot afford good test tube. They are always cracking. We just use soda can.
We just use plastic bottle.
You sterilize. It is practically same thing.
Yeah, this guy is very well equipped, and he ushers you all in. And
Where do you get these? It's like, ding, ding, ding. His test tubes.
please don't touch.
These are very sturdy.
And let's see. Let me look. Okay. So, he's looking around his lab. You hear those walkie-talkies. They go silent at some point.
Well,
And it's probably been about 15, 20 minutes. Alexander's kind of looking over some notes. And he looks a bit worried.
why are you frowning? This is not what we are wanting to see.
What's up, big guy?
Pat him on the
Well-
back.
So over there, you see he points over in a direction. There's like this little. He put on this little thing on this Bunsen burner. It's this red liquid that seems to be boiling. That stuff over there. That stuff should be able to close the portal. But
Can you leave a Bunsen burner running while he left
no,
the
he
house?
put it on when he
Okay.
got back.
I was going to have to start talking to him about fire safety.
Deeply irresponsible.
But he says that stuff over there. Spreading that around the meteor, and then running this, and he holds up this. It looks like some sort of weird pen light. It's got like a weird, what do you call it? Like a bar light, I guess you could say. It looks a little bit different than like a fluorescent bulb, though. And he holds it up. He says, using this on that liquid in a circle around the meteorite should be able to close the portal. Should, I think, based on my notes and my calculations.
Okay.
A liquid will do that?
What is catch?
Well, we have to get back to the meteorite.
This is not so bad.
Based on what I know of these portals, the world within them, or that they are affecting, slowly converts into a different dimension. And I don't know how much time we got left. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to be sucked into a frog dimension. That does not sound fun.
No.
Yeah. So what I heard earlier was we have the option to just leave too.
As in leave the town?
Yeah. It sounds like it kind of works itself out in the end. You just don't want to be in the town.
I mean, I guess no one, like I said, when I went to these places that were affected by this previously, I never actually got inside. And I
Yeah.
would assume that people would have tried to escape.
But you
But
said locals.
I never found anyone that did.
You said local neighbors who you talked to about this situation. They knew of it.
I talked to neighbors about the situation.
You said you talked to locals when you go to
Oh,
Brazil.
you mean when I was? Yeah, I did talk to locals. And
But not locals who were trapped in other dimension. Locals who are like
locals that were
next town over.
Next town over, yes, that's correct.
Not next dimension over.
Not next dimension, no.
No. I mean, we could leave. That is possible. I do not think a gangster will like that. I don't think I will get paid. But we could leave.
It also gets rid of the evidence of shooting an innocent man, but
This is a good point. Jerry makes very compelling argument.
So it's just like a little test tube of red liquid,
Yes.
and we got to put it in the circle around the meteorite,
And then flash this
And
light
then-
above it.
shine a light on it.
Yes.
That seems simple enough to do.
Yeah, it just seems like the meteor is where everything's coming from.
Can you shoot?
I can't say that I've fired a gun. But I do have this Swiss Army knife.
Perfect.
Nice.
I don't know how useful that'll be in a
Bring
fight.
him along. He'll be a great distraction.
All right, everyone back into vehicles.
Okay. Is that the plan?
As
Yeah.
it sounds like it.
Sure.
I think as we leave,
Check on
Yuri's
meteor.
So
going to be taking pictures of all this guy's notes in his lab as we're leaving.
Okay.
He's going to
He's
text
like-
those to the agency.
It's just look, they
One-
have glass vials.
One thing
Why
you'll
don't we have
notice.
glass vials?
One thing you'll notice
We
when
need
you,
these.
when you try to send those, they do fail to send.
They failed to send.
Yes.
Well. At
You have no
least-
bars. You don't even have roaming.
Is this
I wait
liquid?
for hotel Wi-Fi.
Is this liquid just in a glass vial?
This Wi-Fi password.
Yeah.
Okay, can we
You can
transfer it to
stop on it.
something not shitty and prone to breaking?
Like a soda can.
Yeah, like a soda can.
This is why agency use soda can.
Look, I mean, this liquid is a little bit more nasty than you think. It's like you don't want it like aerating all over the place. That's what the stopper's for.
Well, do you have like bubble wrap?
Saran wrap.
It's not going to be held in with bubble wrap or saran wrap.
Aluminum
tape.
foil.
It's some nasty shit.
Duct tape.
I'm just saying, it's going to potentially be busy. What if you crash another vehicle completely on your own, not caused by the events of someone else, and it breaks?
Again, yes.
Oddly specific. Well, I assume I'd be going in your vehicle. I don't have a vehicle here because my RV was destroyed.
You
Right.
only have an RV. Like,
That's what I took here.
Do you not have car?
you just like go through the drive-through in an RV
I mean,
while
I
wearing your lab coat.
he
This
opens
dude's
his
fucking
fridge.
weird.
He opens his fridge and you see like a bunch of frozen meals.
All right.
I mean, I'm pretty set here.
You know, those should probably be in freezer. They are probably thawed and not good for eating anymore.
Oh, I just put my fridge on cold. Extra cold.
These
It's
fucking
fine.
nerds. They are always having answers for everything. Okay, we got to car.
Takes a photo of the fridge. We need one of these.
Okay. You go up the stairs and opening the door, looking out of the well area, you definitely see that there are two of these frog creatures sitting by your, like on the road where you had those walkie-talkies, and they're just kind of scanning around essentially.
But they're not next to our cars.
You parked farther down, but you'll
Why
have to
would
walk
we
by
have
them.
Why would we have thrown the walkie-talkies between us and the cars?
No, you threw it out on the road, right?
We threw it away from our building, away from our vehicles.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there are these dudes on the road now.
Just vibing.
They're vibing, man. You drew some attention there because you parked and then you threw it.
So if we threw it after parking, they should be beyond the vehicles. Like it should be us vehicles creatures, right?
The thing I'm saying is that there are creatures in your area. You should be careful.
Are they between us and the vehicles? Is what I'm trying to clarify.
They're not between you and the vehicles, but they're
nearby. Okay.
they're nearby. You have to be wary.
Okay.
This guy had Bunsen burners, right?
Yes.
Say propane tanks.
Yes.
Can we just chuck those in a building and light them on fire for a distraction?
You want
Yeah,
to?
we could take those with us.
I want to commit a small amount of
Arson.
arson.
You really went through a midlife crisis, didn't you?
Before this game's over.
I'll take
How
my
many-
Count of
how
Mont
many
Blanc and
crimes can
teleport
we
a
do?
mile up. Are you? Do you need my propane tanks
Yeah.
for for fighting the
Distraction.
monsters?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
Unless
not
you
blowing
have a
up.
better idea to make a distraction.
We're not blowing up my lab, right?
No.
No.
Unless this room right here is your lab.
No, the room we just walked out of that I specifically called my lab.
Yeah.
Yes, this is my lab.
You have neighbors you don't like?
I've only been here for like a week. I don't
Why
know
do you have
anybody.
any attachments to this place then?
That's
Because
a
all of
lot.
my equipment is in there.
Yeah, wait. If we don't do anything and it blows up and goes away, then what does it matter?
But I'd
Might as
rather
well
not
use it.
just blow it up anyway. I'd
All right.
rather have a chance at saving it.
New plan. I remember my inventory as a laptop.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pull that up, set the volume to max, and I assume I have some sort of video downloaded somewhere at some point in time to play.
Like an exorcism.
Yeah, it's just I'm gonna start a video and then like slide my laptop down the street, and it's gonna be the loudest fucking THX intro sound ever, and then we're gonna head towards the vehicle.
Okay. Did you want to grab a propane tank?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, Yuri is on board with the propane pan.
Well,
We
now I
load
think
those in-
about it.
Load those into a vehicle. We can fucking throw them at stuff.
Yeah. So he looks over you. He's like, as long as you're not blowing up my building.
No, they are for monsters. They are not for people.
Okay. And it's like a standard, like, tank like this big.
It's just one tank.
Yes.
Okay.
He had one that was actively or was being used, and then he's got an extra spare.
Oh, well, let's take both.
Well, what if I need the other one?
What if you
You can
die to
buy
monster
more
because we did
propane
not bring
tanks.
2 propane?
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, see?
Well, no, hold on. I'm gonna say manipulate someone. At least we'll have you roll for this.
6.
Uh, did you want to help out Jerry or anyone?
I mean,
I'll help out because I was pro propane stealery.
Then
As
roll
well.
plus.
I have 0 charm, so I really shouldn't be manipulating anybody.
You would roll plus.
I pulled a
Cool.
breath mint out of my fanny pack for you.
Roll plus cool.
This was David doing the roll.
Yes, Seville.
Wow.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
5 + 6 + 1.
Let's go.
So that means you basically get them. You help out enough to make it so you roll a 12 on manipulate someone, and he's all on board. He's totally
Sweet.
on board. He's like, all right, all right, you can grab it. It's fine. Well, we can get an extra propane tank.
We take 2 propane tank to kill monster with.
Okay. So you guys get back in your vehicles. I will say that Seville, when you get in your truck, you notice that it is not running well.
Ah, shit.
It seems like it's not turning over.
The truck is stuck upside down.
And then looking underneath, you see a lot of fluid underneath the truck.
Ah, rip.
Damn transmission.
My Kool-Aid.
And you see the other people piling into the van. I assume Jerry and Yuri are in the van with Alexander.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep ending up in the van in your discussion.
Oh, right.
Wait.
Yeah. You were the truck goer.
I mean, I could be in the van now. It makes no difference to me.
Eli was in the
Eli
van,
was in the van.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, the truck fails to turn over.
Mm-hmm.
Damn son of a bitch. Well, I guess. Can I try and fix it, or I imagine that's going to make some more noise?
That's
and
probably going to take longer than we have time for.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some sort of crack in the on the underside, probably between the transmission and the engine, or something along those lines.
I don't know how to hotwire vehicles, so I think we're just going to have to cram in the van, is the message I'm getting. Which will also conveniently solve our not having any communication anymore because we chucked our walkie-talkies.
This is true.
Everyone in the van.
So you all get in this uncomfortable surveillance van, lined to the teeth with science equipment that is from probably the 80s.
Yeah, there's like
And
there's
two
two
propane
front
tanks.
seats, and the rest of it is just like lockers and boxes
And maybe like one of those
scanners
like
and
swivel
radios and
chairs
shit.
with a TV in front of it or something.
Yeah. It's not even a swivel chair. It's like a milk crate.
Yes, yeah. That's good. Very supporting.
It's very efficient.
So you guys get in your vehicle. You see that the frogs definitely are going for the laptop with the THX noise on repeat.
It's a full movie.
Oh, it's a full movie?
It just opened with THX.
Okay.
I don't know a movie off the top of my head that.
Star Wars.
Sure. Star Wars.
You would have Star Wars.
It goes
Not a
straight
big
from
nerd.
THX to like Yeah.
So you guys get in the vehicle, and uh, the van starts fine. Um, but when you start the vehicle, you definitely attract some attention. You hear some hippity hoppities coming in your direction.
I mean, we're driving away.
Driving away. All right. Driving through the town, you drive near the hardware store. It's on a side street, and you see that there are some civilians that are not doing great. There are two frog boys, and they are kind of ripping some people to shreds, either eating them
Shreds, you say?
or grabbing onto them. It doesn't seem like they're very well trained with their weapons.
I roll down my window. I told you to fire in line! As we drive by.
All right. Fuck the civilians. I got it.
They will not help themselves.
So, uh, you guys drive out. You avoid the cracks in the roads that you guys noticed originally from the frogs hippity happening. And after a while, you do get to Highway 45. You pull out onto that road, and at this point, you can see that this place is very different from when you last left it. You can see that the road is barely even a road at this point. You can see foliage growing into this area. Large, I guess, small lakes are forming on either side of the road. The road is a little bit raised in the middle, but you can definitely see this affecting the way that you can drive on it.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the frogs, it sounds like an improvement.
Over the desert?
Yeah. Just saying.
Look, we're greenifying the area. But driving through this area, um, you notice that the fog is more like a mist that's hanging in the air, kind of like like a rainforest almost, a very thick, uh, like uh, like moisture just floating in the air. Uh, Seville, you can no longer light a cigarette, nor would I don't think people want you to in the in the back of a surveillance van
With 2 propane tanks.
with propane tanks.
Yeah, that's fair.
I go to start to spark up, and I just look at everybody like, what?
And
This is how I die.
you guys, after some driving and kind of looking around, be like, no, that's not it. That's where are we going? Figuring it out. You guys see that tent off in the distance, that military tent, and Alexander looks at you guys and is just like, okay, it should be just probably like 500, 600 feet past that tent.
Cool.
Okay.
And I will say that the road, your van kind of, it's a good, it's a decent van, but it is not an off-terrain vehicle.
Sure.
And if you wanted to take it directly past the tent, you would probably, you'd get it stuck in the mud.
There's mud?
Yeah, the whole
Oof,
ground
How
is,
wet it is.
it's all moisture and changing. There's little foliage coming out. This is like a swampy, rainforesty area.
It's so moist. I hate it.
Mm.
All right. I guess we'll park by the tent just to be safe.
Well, park on near the road. The tent is kind of being overtaken by this foliage as well.
Well, we park as far up the road as we can. And then
Yes.
I guess we're on foot the rest of the way.
Yes. That
Here he's gonna thread some like rope through the grip of one of the propane tanks and just kind of sling it over his shoulder.
Okay. When you get out, it's definitely not quiet. You definitely hear, not wildlife, but you hear insects. Um, and it's very different from any kind. I mean, you're not a rainforest kind of guy. It's probably very different to you, Yuri. Um, but this doesn't sound like the wilderness that you guys are used to. It seems very, the noises are all different. The insects all sound different. Um, it feels otherworldly.
It is like that movie, Commando. No, what is it? Schwarzenegger. He is like in jungle. You know, he says get to chopper. You seen that
Predator?
movie?
Predator.
That is movie. Yeah,
Dylan.
get
Um,
to the chopper. It's a good time. I wish we had chopper.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
so you guys get out of the vehicle, and like I said, you can hear some wilderness around you, some bugs buzzing, and otherworldly sounds of creatures that seem to be off in the distance. Um, you don't hear any frogs or frog creatures anywhere nearby at the moment, but I will say that your visibility is a little bit reduced. But you don't hear any thumps or anything like that.
That's an improvement.
I don't trust it. It's too quiet.
Yeah, keep eyes peeled for danger.
Okay. Are you moving to the tent, or are you just going straight past it?
I think we're going for the portal, right?
Okay.
Is there a reason to go for the tent?
Is it a portal or a meteorite? So I was
That's a
under the
good
impression
question.
it's a meteorite.
It's a good question.
I mean, Ascot's been calling it a portal.
So,
Okay.
um,
I was interpreting that a different way.
it's kind of been up in the air what it actually is.
I thought it just
Uh,
implied that the area around it became like a portal.
so, um, you guys uh, start walking. You're kind of following the directions of this Alexander guy. It's not easy terrain to walk through. It's kind of marshy, and you know, uh, you wish you had boots. Um, but eventually, you do hear the sound of this whooshing, and looking ahead, you see a large rock that looks, well, I guess not exactly a rock. You see a um, spherical portal, essentially. It's very funky. So it's kind of on the ground, and you can see it's kind of meshing with the landscape itself. Uh, Kind of like if you took a black hole and you just put it on top, like on top of the ground. It's like you could see this disk of it, like area that's like forming and mixing with the landscape around. And inside it, you can see what looks to be a continued marshy area. But you can look around it and see that there's nothing else around it. It's literally just a sphere that if you look in, it's like you're looking into a window. Um, but as well, you hear some loud buzzing
Mm.
coming in your direction, as well as the sound of a thumping in this direction.
Which way is the thumping coming from?
The thumping, uh, you can't tell exactly. It feels like it is coming from the direction of the portal.
Well, I'm gonna fucking swing my propane on a rope around and I'm gonna toss it towards the portal.
Okay. Um, Act under pressure.
Fucking God. 5.
Okay. You said you put it on a rope?
Yeah.
Okay. The rope, when you're swinging it, you probably should have picked a better rope because the propane tank goes right backwards. The rope snaps and it goes whoop, and it probably goes like 30, 40 feet back.
Well, that sucks.
Good thing we have two.
True. You do have two.
Oh, dealing.
But But I will say that there are these large mosquito-like creatures, and they are going for the person in the back of the party, Seville. And they're diving towards you essentially.
Oh, great.
And there's two of them. Uh,
Well,
Speak up if you want to do something.
Shoot.
I guess shoot is always the best option.
Okay.
While people are making noise, I feel like it would benefit us to start applying the liquid in the circle.
Okay.
Can we get the scientist asshole to start doing that?
Yes, he goes over and he's like, "All right, you guys got to cover me though. This might take a bit."
All right. I was gonna say if his plan fails, I'm kicking him in the portal for misleading us.
So, he runs with you guys over to the portal, and Seville, I'll have you roll plus tough.
That's going to be 13.
Wow. Okay.
6, 5 plus 2.
So you can do terrible harm, you can suffer less harm, you can force them where you want them, or you can give someone advantage on their next roll, or give yourself +1 on your next roll.
I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, so I think having an extra plus to the next turn will be good, so I'll choose that.
Okay. So you fire your shot, and you're using slugs, I assume. So
Yep.
you blow one out of the sky, and the other is able to nab you, and it sticks its like thing inside of you, starts sucking some blood. It's probably like a foot long mosquito, I guess you could say. Not great. And you're gonna take 2 harm.
Ow.
And it is stuck to you, so you'll have to try to remove it at some point here. But Eli, Jerry, and Yuri, are you guys all going, or are you sticking? Is one of you sticking with Seville, or what's your plan?
I want to go.
With which one?
The portal.
Okay, so uh, Jerry.
I pull up some deep DDT bug spray out of my fanny pack
Okay.
and I spritz the mosquito.
Uh, I'll say roll to protect someone. So roll plus tough.
You gotta keep picking the tough one.
Well,
8.
8.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that with the protect someone, uh, you will pull the attention to you. It will unstick from uh, from Seville, and it will start going for you.
I didn't think that would work or do anything.
Eli.
Can I
Oh yeah.
I guess I don't know if it's like out of turn to do it, but I also have a big flashlight. Can I flip that on and just chuck it out some distance to see if that attracts the bugs?
Oh, like a light source
Yeah.
thing. Oh, we'll get there. Eli, Yuri, and Alexander are rushing towards the portal. Eli, moving forward, um, since you are quicker than everybody else, um, I'll have you roll plus sharp to read a bad situation.
Seven plus 1.
Okay.
8.
So, you get to ask or you get to get a question answered. You can ask, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? Or what's the best way to protect? In this case, it would be uh, Alexander.
Can you repeat those options?
Best way in, best way out. Dangers I haven't noticed. Biggest threat. What's most
Dangers
vulnerable?
I haven't noticed.
Okay. So as you get closer to the portal, you see that you're ahead of everybody, and you see that there is a frog waiting exactly on the other side of the portal that is coming through. And off to your right, you also see another frog.
How far away?
The one off to your right is probably like 60 feet out. It doesn't seem aggroed, but it is present. But there's
Gotcha.
definitely one that is directly inside of the portal that seems to be coming through.
Gotcha. Can I go through uh and meet this thing?
Through the
Or
portal?
yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose I don't need to wait for anyone behind me. Can I just meet the frog at the portal?
You could do that. You could meet the
Hell
frog
yeah.
at the portal.
Well, abso-fucking-lutely do that.
All right. Are you trying to? You got your sword out? You trying to like
Yeah.
attack it? All right.
I'm gonna
I'll have
just
you kick some ass then.
4 + 6, 10. Goddamn. Goddamn.
So you can give +1 to yourself for your next turn. You can inflict extra damage. You can suffer less damage, or you can force him where you want. But you can't force him where you want because he's too big.
I'll do extra damage.
Okay. So you slice your sword at him. He's going to grapple you, uh, and I'll have you roll plus tough.
What's my tough? Tough, 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 tough. 0. 8.
I will say, Yuri, uh, you will see this happening. You'll see. You will see. What's his? Eli jump into the portal, and he looks like he's fighting something. Is there anything you want to do as well?
Fuck. Where's the second propane tank?
Did you? Did you
That's
do
still in
that?
the van.
I
God
assume it's
damn it.
in the van.
Nobody took it. All right.
I mean, you can pick up the first propane tank you threw.
It's because it's back by or no, back past
It's back behind
the
Seville.
Seville. Yeah.
Probably quicker to get that one than the one in the van.
That's more what I meant.
Doubling back's not gonna help. So he's in the portal fighting, like on the other side of the portal, fighting this frog.
Yes.
And there's another frog nearby.
And I guess I'm asking, did you want to do some sort of like help out or try to protect him in some way?
I mean, I could try to help out somehow. I don't really want to attract the attention of the other monster yet, if I can help it. Unless I'm
fair.
just going to try and blow its head off, but we'll see.
And what did you roll for your tough roll, Eli?
8.
8? Okay. So you are able to get out of its grasp, but you're going to take 2 harm.
So 1 harm?
1 harm in this case.
So I guess, can I help him out in some fashion?
I guess in this case it probably wouldn't be. You could try to pull aggro essentially, but that you might expose yourself to danger. I mean, you can do whatever you want technically.
You know what? Fuck it. This gun's got too much damage not to use it. I'm just going to try and shoot the thing he's fighting.
Okay. I'll say act under.
I'll use the new bullets, the ones I got from the
bullets.
the
Okay,
shop.
for sure. Yeah. go ahead and roll them bones.
Bones.
Plus cool.
Plus cool. Damn. 12.
Ooh. So you do exactly that, and you shoot this thing, and it seems stunned by the amount of the force that you hit it with, but you will attract the attention of the thing on the right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the
But
far side
you
of the portal
dealt.
from it if I can.
Oh, also technically,
Hmm.
I'll say you dealt extra harm as well too, and I also will have you roll for that bullet. Roll your 2d6. Don't add anything to it.
8.
Okay, you're fine. So the bullet fires fine. You can tell that there's a lot of extra kick in that bullet.
Sure.
If you roll a 3 or less, the gun will explode.
God.
And that's that's not adding anything. That's just
Okay.
straight.
Just luck of the draw.
Yes. So Seville.
I shoot.
Okay. You're just gonna shoot the one that's kind of attracted onto Jerry.
Although I do have a thought. How far out is that propane tank
It's probably like 20
from
feet behind
me?
you.
Could I conceivably get it and uh, try and run forward,
Like try
trying to
to
throw it towards them or towards the big guy?
the guy that Plet just aggroed or that Yuri
Yeah.
just aggroed. Um,
Or how
yeah.
close is it to Yuri?
I mean, it's a bit of a it. He sent it like 30 feet back, and Yuri ran for it. You're probably like 60, 70, maybe 80 feet out. So it's
How
gonna
close is the monster to Yuri?
probably like 40, 50 feet.
That sounds like inside explosion range.
And also, I mean, the propane tank isn't just gonna explode from throwing it.
No, I get that. Hmm. I think I'm just going to be the background. I am going to get closer. Uh, you know what? I'll drag the propane tank.
You're
Go
what?
get it, and then go
Oh, okay.
go as far as I can.
Okay. So you
But
run forward, grabbing the propane tank and try and double back as Jerry sees this mosquito coming towards him. Um, and I'll say you get almost all the way there. Uh, Jerry, there is a mosquito that's coming towards you. You want to try to light ball it? It's like throw a light and just kind of like try to distract it.
That's what I was thinking, but it's also a mosquito. I'm just gonna smack it with the flashlight.
Okay.
like a foot long.
Roll to kick some ass.
It's a heavy flashlight. It's one harm.
It is one harm.
I got a motherfucking 12. Well, -1 for tough, so I got 11.
So you can inflict extra damage. You can give yourself an advantage or +1 on your next roll, suffer less harm, or force it where you want it.
About the extra damage.
Okay, so you smack it with your flashlight, and normally your flashlight wouldn't kill it, but in this case, since you did the extra damage, it just splats. It's
Fucking
very gruesome.
sick.
It's very gruesome. You slam it, it hits. You slam it against a tree, and it's
Ugh.
and the mosquito is no more. Though I will say that when you did that, it did stick your hand, and have you take one harm.
Ah, damn it.
Eli, you are in the portal next to this dude. You just saw this bullet fly over your shoulder and like slam into this thing,
Hell
and
no.
it looks totally stunned by this attack. And you are definitely out of your comfort zone. You are in on a weird swampy planet. It kind of looks similar to what's outside, but a little bit more uh, advanced, I guess you could say, in the swampiness.
I hop back out of the portal while it's dazed?
Yes. You can leave the portal. But turning around, it's definitely funky looking. It's kind of like the exact same as the other side. It's like a ball just sitting there as like a open portal area. But you jump through, and you see Yuri, and you see Seville with his propane tank coming up behind, and you see a big frog creature off to your left. I guess is because you're coming out of the portal,
Mhm.
and he's looking over in your direction. And he's definitely, I mean, he's coming towards you guys.
I will meet it in the field in combat.
So you're running at it and going to try to kick some ass?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to kick some ass.
Or 9.
Okay. So you will deal 2 damage to it, and it will deal 2 damage to you. And
Well,
I will have you roll plus tough to see if you're grappled.
6 plus 5. God damn, these
6 plus
dice
5.
weighted.
Oh, you rolled a 6 and a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. You are not grappled. Those are some good dice.
Yeah, dude.
So on that, let's see. Plus 5. And as you escape your grapple, you get another strike on it.
Really? Do
Yes.
I have to roll for that?
Nope. You get it. That's part of the ability.
That's fucking rad.
Um and yeah, so this thing you're basically right next to it. Yuri, you see Eli run up with this sword and he gets a couple slices on it.
Okay. Which one's looking worse right now?
The one in the portal's looking worse.
Okay. I'll shoot him again,
Okay.
and
Uh,
then if hopefully he dies now, I'll back out of the portal if he does.
I will say roll to kick some ass.
Uh, okay, that's an 8.
Okay. So you will hit it, and are you using the fancy rounds?
Not for this shot.
Okay. You hit it, and its tongue is gonna out of the portal, and it's gonna grab you and
No.
whip you into the portal.
No.
Um, and I'll have you roll plus stuff.
9.
Okay. So you first off, you take the uh, 3 damage reduced to 2 for you.
Reduced to 1.
You have 2 armor?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So you take the 1. And then I guess normally breaking the grapple will cause you harm as well, but since you got the armor, you don't take the grapple break damage.
Okay.
But you are in the portal right next to this thing.
Lovely.
And you know that Alexander is on the other side trying to close the portal.
Right.
Seville, you just saw Yuri just get ripped through that portal.
Getting too old for this shit. All right. I'll drop the propane tank,
Okay.
and I guess try and go in and see if I can get him out.
Okay. So you see Yuri. He's standing right next to this creature. It's kind of not staring over him, but it's imposing itself above him. How would you like to help him out?
Usually gun works.
Okay, so you're gonna try to shoot him.
Yes.
Okay. What gun you using?
Am I far or close, would you say?
I'd say you're close.
Okay. Do have a shot-off shotgun with slugs.
Do it.
That's probably the best.
Okay. So roll to kick some ass.
All right, these dice have been rolling real well. That is a 12 plus 2.
Damn. You should use those if you have a great sword or some sort of thing that deals 2d6. Yeah, you can inflict terrible harm. You can give someone +1. You suffer less harm, or you can force them where you want. Which I guess you can't do that. I should stop saying that.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like doing a lot of damage is probably a good idea. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you shoot this thing as its tongue whips out at you as well, and you shoot it right in the tongue. You're gonna get some of that acidy saliva on you, and you're gonna take 1 harm from that.
That's fine.
But this thing crumples over right next to Yuri. And we'll go to Jerry.
Can I check in on how Ascot's doing with the whole liquid thing?
You could try to. You want to? Well, yeah. You run over, and rushing in that direction. You get to him, and you see he's about halfway around the portal. Uh, he's like, it's a very time-consuming process. You want to? He hands you the light, and he's like, if you want to, you can use this light to start hardening the stuff behind me, because he's just pouring out at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that then.
Okay, so he hands you the light, and you're kind of following behind him, getting the stuff to kind of solidify behind. It smells nasty. It smells carcinogenic.
Can I
Not.
ask him what it is?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Now's not the best time.
All right.
And um, you follow him, and it seems like it's speeding up the process a little bit, so you don't have to go double around or anything like that. Eli, you are right next
Hey.
to a creature, the frog boy.
Can I sword?
Yeah, kick some
I would
ass,
like
boy.
the sword. 4 plus 6, 10.
Wow. All right. Well, do you want to deal additional damage? Suffer
Yes.
less damage? Okay. Deal additional. So you sword this thing. Let's see here. There was a sword, shot. Would be 2, 3. Okay. It's not dead yet. But with this, it's also going to try to grapple you once more. And roll plus tough.
5 plus 6? Really? Goddamn.
Jesus Christ,
Plus
dude.
1?
Those are some good dice. Yeah, you are not grappled, and you're able to get an extra slice out. And with that extra slice, you slice off clean through its head. And it falls unconscious. Very unconscious, because it's literally dead.
Very nice.
So you guys see that there's the frogs on both sides of the portal are dead. I think Yuri and Sil- Sil- Seal
You
of
can do it.
Seville are on the other
Seville.
side of the portal. So, but you can
Let's get
definitely,
out.
yeah, you can definitely tell it. Killing that thing has attracted attention from the other side of the portal, and you hear a loud stomping, very different from the frog.
Yeah, I don't want to know what that shit is.
Nope.
Hey,
Fuck out.
so Seville and Yuri jump out of the portal, and uh, you see Jerry and Alexander going around the sides of the portal as you guys are wrapping this all up. You will see that there is a large creature that is not a frog. It looks almost like a brontosaurus that is coming towards the portal.
Hold
Um,
on. Pause on the line. I gotta take a picture of this.
yes.
No.
But there's a brontosaurus that seems to be coming in your guys' direction, in the direction of the portal. You're not sure if it'll fit, but it's definitely imposing.
You want to try to fight this thing or let it go through the portal?
I'm
Yeah.
wanting the portal to be done, finished doing the
Yeah,
thing,
I was
science guy.
hoping we'd wrap that up quickly here.
I will say whoever wants to help out can roll plus
Yes.
cool, and then I'll have Jerry act under pressure.
Good thing I can act weird under pressure.
I got a 7.
Okay. So that'll give Jerry a +1 to his roll.
I got an 8, so 9 total then.
9 total. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's see. So you can keep going. But one thing to note is that Yuri, while you're helping out, helping Jerry, Jerry, you can help Yuri with a mosquito creature that's coming up behind him. You can let him know, or which may cause Yuri some damage, or you can slow down on the portal. Sorry, slowing down the portal, but you help Yuri, or you continue on your portal and the mosquito gets onto Yuri.
I'm gonna continue on the portal.
Okay, Yuri, you are stabbed by mosquito from behind, and you
What?
take 2 harm.
What's on my back? Get it
But
off.
I guess it
off.
hits your armor.
Get
and
off.
It's struggling to get through your armor.
He's just like batting his hands at whatever the fuck is crawling on his back. He feels something, but he's not sure what it is.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Do I have something on me? Get it off.
It's like that scene in King Kong with the giant crickets. Ugh.
Oh.
But you guys rush around this portal, hardening the substance, and the second that the Jerry goes over the last bit that was poured, you hear a loud whoosh as you feel a gust of wind start moving towards the portal. Everything's getting pulled into the portal. I'll have everyone act under pressure. How are you guys trying to help you guys self from falling in? What would your character do?
Bowie knife into the ground.
Okay, Bowie knife into the ground.
Use ascot bracing.
Grab onto mascot to weigh yourself down.
Yeah.
Did I use
Or
like
just try grabbing some weeds on the ground or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I shoot
One.
into the portal so the recoil pushes me away.
Bang, bang, bang. You have a reload on your weapon?
Not on my hunting rifle.
True.
That's great.
And then Eli, what are you doing?
could I magic up some like claws to dig into the ground?
Okay. So, yeah. So I'll have you all act under pressure.
Oh no!
Okay.
I got a 6.
I think
I
that's
got
my.
11.
I got 7.
You said
Okay.
we get a luck, right?
Yeah, you get 1 luck.
I think I'm going to use my luck here. Because that was a 4.
Oof.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my luck.
Yeah. Did you want to use your luck, Jerry? I'll tell you.
Uh,
I'll tell you now. 6 or less is a fail. That's for all rolls, technically.
I'm gonna hold on to the luck for just a moment.
Okay. Um. So, uh, Seville, you somehow shoot enough bullets to not get sucked into the portal. Eli, what did you
Got it
roll?
each hand.
7.
7. So, you are able to hold on, but your sword gets ripped off you and goes straight to the portal.
Damn it.
Yuri, what'd you roll?
I rolled an 11.
11. So, and you were Bowie knifing to the ground.
Yep.
So you get a nice firm grasp on the ground and you're just like hanging on. Jerry, you are being ripped by through the portal, and let's see. Uh,
I feel like this has happened last time we had a one shot. You ran first.
what? Where Sam gets the draws the short straw? He teleported a mile up that one time. That was his fault.
I don't remember this.
When you had the Cape of Mont Blanc, and you
You
just
dimension doored 500 feet straight up
yeah,
into the
500
air,
straight.
trying
Yeah.
to get away from like a throne room full of dudes.
Um,
Not
And
ringing any
Frog
bells.
died.
but I will say, Yuri, you can help them out if you want.
I can try.
You
Sure.
are the closest to Jerry.
I will try. How would I do
Roll
that?
plus cool.
Another 11.
So you grab onto
I'm out of the fanny pack.
onto Jerry's arm.
Fanny pack.
Yeah, onto the fanny pack, and you see it's like the scene in fucking oh shoot the one movie I don't remember what the name is, but you can see the clip start slowly breaking.
I paid top dollar for this fanny pack.
And after a moment, the portal just closes, and you notice, where's Alexander?
Oh
And
well.
Who
he is
cares?
no longer present.
So you
Alas.
didn't need those propane tanks after all.
And you guys are laying on the desert. It's like all the moisture is gone from the air. It's right back
You
to New
know,
Mexico
choked
weather.
up over the loss of Ascot.
I know. But you even see that the tent is gone. You see that there's a lot of sand that's been drawn in to cover the area. You don't even see a meteorite or anything like that. Almost like no signs of an impact at all. And around you is just desert, and you can see your cars off in the distance.
Well, job is done. Time to call back to agency and let them know good news. Do I have any bars?
Bars?
Yeah, on my phone.
Yeah, there's a whole lab full of shit we
Oh,
can just take now.
I will say that you don't have good bar. You don't have good. You don't have good service outside of town.
Well, I'm gonna go use the satellite phone in the van.
Ah,
and
yes, yes.
Use that.
Okay.
So I'll get on the horn and let them know, hey, it's done.
Okay. And they're
Okay.
like, "What?
Y'all could
What were you doing?"
expedite. If y'all could expedite paycheck for this one, that would be much welcome. My van needs repair. A friend's truck needs repair. Much damage.
Tell them
And
it's totaled.
yeah, yours is definitely not in great shape there, David. Uh, so you guys get to the van. You make that call, and uh, trying to start the van, fails to turn over.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
I say, hold on, let me try it. And I whip out my luck.
All right. With a turn of the key, it seems like it's his day, and the
Hey.
van just it's rough. It's a rough idle, but you putt your way back to town. You see a lot of people dead.
It'll be fine.
Hopefully, all the
Well,
witnesses.
Terrible tragedy in town. Ugh, what is happening? Are
but
there any
you
frog monster corpses still lying around?
there is no evidence that they were even here except for the dead bodies all around. Some people look partially digested, but just like they're just sitting on the ground, partially
Wow.
digested, not covered in any slime or anything like that.
Crazy how that happened.
But yeah, there's a lot of dead people. But you get back to town. It's about sunset at this point, and
We go back to the diner for dinner.
you've successfully saved
We did it. We saved the town.
Nimoy, New Mexico. Congratulations. You have
Good
completed a
job
Monster of
well
the Week one
done.
shot. But yeah, there you go.
We did it.
There was random references to people in this thing.
People. What people?
Well, it was Shatner's hardware store.
Oh,
I was going
Uh,
to comment on the Nimoy name,
Yep,
but I just
Nimoy.
skipped it.
Alexandra Scott, I believe, is Scotty? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was his first name.
And Serling. Serling is obviously the writer of Twilight Zone.
Wait.
Rod Sterling.
Rod Serling? Didn't he do Twilight Zone? He's the guy that introduced in Twilight Zone, right?
Are we mixing Star Trek and Twilight Zone?
There's Twilight Zone and Star Trek references in this.
Good.
Yeah, he's a Twilight Zone guy.
Yep, Ron Serling.
And then uh not okay. I thought there was a reference with Nichelle.
Yeah.
Nichols.
Uhura?
Yeah, that's it. Another Star Trek reference. But yes, congratulations, you have completed this. Um, I switched a few things around, but in the end, it worked out.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I
lot
know.
more dangerous than the
Yes.
worms.
Yeah, this is a lot more dangerous.
This was much more skin of the teeth than our Mongolian hookworm situation.
Yes, that one
We were fine.
you had a lot more. You could do a little bit more exploring in that one. This one is kind of like guns blazing.
Yeah. We've been
Yeah.
fine. I had Berserk.
You did. You didn't actually take too much harm.
I took 3. Yeah.
Yeah, one more and you would have been
If I had
unstable.
remember to, I could have stopped and like fucking medkitted some people. Like 'cause
I could have
Right.
too. I have
I
DIY surgery too.
I have like a first aid thing that I can use with cool instead of something else. I think it's sharp, but it's good healing.
Yeah, I have DIY surgery where it's, a gambit, but it can work well. And then Berserk is during a fight, Keeper can't use harm moves on me, and I cannot die until the fight ends.
Mhm.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
If you're
I knew
curious,
that I know my prey would not be relevant.
the creatures had 14 health. They're pretty tanky boys.
Why is it always frogs, man?
It was funny because for Kevin and Sam, there was a lot of frogs that they ran into.
It's frogs like every other encounter. It feels like.
Frogs all the way down.
You and your fucking frog campaigns, Jake.
Look, man, frogs are great. I used to, hey, dude,
I'm starting to think this might be your enchanted forest.
Yes,
It's not necessarily.
This is working my fetishes into the game. No.
It's not piss or blood. It's frogs.
Yes. Welcome to the Blood Forest.
It's the frog forest in Jake's campaign. That's
Yes.
what I'm learning.
He also has the frog commander too in Magic.
I do. Grolnok.
Yep.
Frogs, man.
I'm seeing a pattern.
Hey, you have a frog commander.
Yes,
You
I do.
get Trog.
Yes, he is a frog. Well, actually, he's a frog horror, which is totally different.
Also, the creature's name was a Froghemoth.
Ooh. Just like D&D.
Yes, it was a direct reference to Gary Gygax's Froghemoth.
Hmm.
But yeah, I want to actually get the book where this adventure came from. They made a book that's got like 30 different one-shots you can run. I'm like, that's
damn.
sick. Yeah, and it's only like $30.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Well, I will stop recording.